when its leadership and the party's scion Rahul Gandhi decides to avoid unfurling India's symbol of serenity, the Tiranga, from the Lal Chowk. Now, any primary school student will tell you that the Lal Chowk is that hallowed symbolic ground in the heart of Kashmir, the de facto crown of India that thousands have sacrificed their lives to secure. Viewers, when separatists in the past have wanted to claim that they had the upper hand in the valley, what would they do? You tell me, viewers, what would they do? They would make a beeline for the Lal Chowk, where, viewers, they would pelt stones or carry out acts of vandalism against government assets. To do what? To prove their supremacy. For the record, the Congress party has made a bizarre excuse, saying that they cannot follow the RSS agenda. Viewers, this is rather unfortunate. It sounds like a pretext. And it does so because, viewers, many people will say today, and the BJP is already saying it, and other patriots, veterans, army veterans are saying it, that obviously Rahul Gandhi cannot unfurl the tricolour, the Tiranga, at the Lal Chowk because he walks hand in hand with those who berate the country and question its forces, slander its forces, and also, viewers, don't have any regard for the tricolour. Who are we talking about? We are talking about the likes of the Abdullahs. At least that's what a large number of BJP, as well as, viewers, many veterans are saying. They are also referring to Mehbooba Mufti, who opposes Article 370, viewers. And they're all being invited, of course, by Rahul Gandhi to this Bharat Jodo Yatra. No wonder, they say, that Rahul Gandhi cannot go ahead and unfurl the Tiranga because of appeasement politics, because of vote bank politics. And you know, Kashmir is headed for an election sooner than later, viewers. Anyhow, listen first to what the Congress has said.
क्या लाल चौक में तिरंगा लहराना है उनमें आके?
नहीं, लाल चौक का तिरंगा ये फंडा हमारा तो हमेशा लाल चौक में तिरंगा रहता है, क्योंकि हमारा ऑफिस ही प्रदेश कांग्रेस का लाल चौक में है। तो उसका कोई ये आरएसएस का फंडा लेके हम नहीं जा रहे हैं। हम हमारे ऑफिस में झंडा लहराएंगे, और ये जो तिरंगा चेहरा का जो तिरंगा वो लेके कन्याकुमारी से आए, वही झंडा हम यहाँ पे एक बार फहराएंगे।
कहाँ पे? श्रीनगर में?
श्रीनगर में।
That's AICC in charge of Jammu and Kashmir, viewers. She is not some peripheral leader. The Congress party and its scion Rahul Gandhi have clearly forgotten that Rahul Gandhi's great-grandfather unfurled the tricolour on Lal Chowk. Those are the pictures that we have been able to dig out of our archives. He has forgotten that Nehru invited the RSS to the Republic Day parade because of their valorous service to India's cause in the 62 war against China. Was he also peddling an RSS agenda? Has Rahul Gandhi and the Congress party forgotten that senior Congress leader and Gandhi loyalist Pranab Mukherjee, who also rose to become the President of India, visited the RSS headquarters and also referred to its founder Hegdewar as a true son of the soil? Not just that, viewers, has the Congress forgotten the sacrifice of thousands of Indian braves and patriots who have died to secure Kashmir and rid it of the mange, viewers, of separatism. Has the Congress forgotten this? No wonder today, viewers, many people are questioning whether the Bharat Jodo Yatra can claim to unify India without even approaching the hallowed ground, that square of sacrifice, viewers, called the Lal Chowk, and not unfurling the Tiranga there. That's the fundamental question that is being asked. Now, viewers, let me tell you, when you're walking alongside, when you embrace people who promote soft separatism or who are separatists, remember, viewers, the Congress Party's leadership in the past has not just engaged but welcomed the butchers of Hindus to the Prime Minister's office. It has embraced the likes of Gilani, who were Pakistan's cat's paws in the valley. Now, when you are obviously part of that ecosystem, you can't do what these brave Kashmiris are doing, viewers. And some of them are Muslims. In fact, a large number of them were Muslims. And we will have one Kashmiri youth here with us who unfurled the tricolour at the Lal Chowk. Was he also promoting, viewers, the RSS's agenda? This is rather unfortunate. And let me just talk you through, viewers, what some of the Congress's good friends and allies have said recently and over the last few years. And you tell me if they're well disposed towards our country. Mehbooba Mufti, July 2017 said, none will hold Tiranga if Article 370 is revoked. Well, let me tell you, viewers, that the Congress Party wants Article 370 to be reinstated. Maybe that's why they don't want to hold the Tiranga, because it's been revoked. Is that the reason? Maybe Mehbooba is the only person telling the truth. It might sound ironic, but I am being ironic. Mehbooba Mufti said, we'll hoist tricolour when we get the Jammu and Kashmir flag back. That is, when 370 is brought back, viewers. October 25th, 2020, PDP workers removed the Tiranga and put it in their headquarters. This is exactly what the Congress wants to do. So the Congress is following in chapter and verse the line that has been taken by Mehbooba Mufti. In fact, the Gupkar alliance that the Congress Party has supported adopts the Jammu and Kashmir flag as a symbol, not as a Tiranga, not the Tiranga, viewers. Now let me tell you, viewers, in the past, we have had several people going out there and hoisting this tricolour with pride. Tiranga at Lal Chowk, first time after independence, viewers, was especially after the troubles in Kashmir, was hoisted by Sushma Swaraj and Arun Jaitley. But they were arrested. They were arrested in 2011. In 2016, a 15-year-old was prevented from unfurling a national flag. Patriotic fervour in Lal Chowk after Tiranga was flying high. In 2017, over 200 BJP activists detained as precautionary measure. Not only in Lal Chowk, tricolour unfurled across Kashmir. That's all happening now, viewers, as opposed to earlier. And there are many such examples. I want to open this up tonight and ask some basic questions, and I want to begin with some of those who represent the Congress Party. I want to first begin with Kamru Zaman Chaudhary, leader of the Congress, a very senior leader of the Congress Party. We also have with us General G.D. Bakshi and Dr. Anand Ranganathan, the national spokesperson, the Bharatiya Janata Party, Nalin Kohli, Sajid Yusuf Shah from Lal Chowk. He is the organizer of the Unfurling Tricolour campaign. Maybe actually, I should start with Sajid Yusuf Shah. Sajid bhai, welcome to this show, and I salute you for your patriotism, and I want to ask you, when you go and unfurl the tricolour, are you following the RSS agenda? Or are you doing it to salute, to honor the sacrifice of thousands of men in uniform, individuals like General Bakshi who have served in the valley, fought tooth and nail to secure Kashmir, as well as Srinagar and Lal Chowk. Whose name do you do it in? The RSS or the patriots, Muslims and Hindus alike, who are ready to sacrifice everything to see the tricolour flying proudly in Lal Chowk? Who do you do it for? Please tell us. Sajid Yusuf Shah tonight. Viewers, listen to him.
Rahul, first let me tell you one thing. It's not just because for the Congress and all allies of Congress, it may be just cloth for them. But for us Indians who believe, who have just Indian mindset, who believe in idea of India, we believe this is not just this cloth. It is the emotions of all the Indians across the world. And let me tell the Congress people here, if they might be just watching this program, I must tell them one thing, that if you believe that hosting tricolour on the Lal Chowk is a RSS agenda, then let me tell them straightforward that I am proud of the RSS. At least they don't carry the mask which you are having, the mask of hypocrisy. Like you have joined the hands with your allies, let me name them as names, let me shame them also. These are Mehbooba Mufti, the same Mehbooba Mufti who are in part and parcel of Pakistani agenda. Let me tell you the name of Farooq Abdullah, who always say that we should talk to the Pakistan. Why should we talk to the Pakistan? Because I will tell you the straightforward, because they have the agenda. They work with an agenda. That is the problem. Let me tell you one thing, that those who host tricolour in every nook of the Kashmir Valley, they are the proud Indians, because they are aware about the sacrifice of the Indian army jawans who sacrificed their lives for this tricolour. And I am one of them. I am proud that I was one of them who hoisted tricolour on 26 January on top of Clock Tower. Let me tell the Congress that it's not everyone's cup of tea to hold the tricolour. You should be Indian from your heart and mind. It's not only you are holding the tricolour and they saying that Bharat Jodo Yatra. What does Bharat Jodo Yatra means? They are the same people who are claiming that this Bharat Jodo Yatra will unite all the peoples. Let me ask them as a Kashmiri, where is my POK? You gave the POK to that country who is the responsible for the killings of thousands and lakhs number of people across the country, and you are expecting that we will join this hands with this Congress. Congress is responsible for all the mass creation in the Kashmir Valley. And today, I must tell them, where are the other people who are saying this Bukar declaration? Where are the other gang? I must tell you one thing, who are ready to join this Congress, so-called Congress. It's Mehbooba Mufti, Umarud, and CPIM, Tariq Ami. No other than all the other gangs. What are the other gangs? Because they are everywhere. These are the Congress.
They are all scratching each other's backs. They are all scratching each other's mangy backs. Mangy.
It is actually family Jodo Yatra. It's not a Bharat Jodo Yatra. I must tell you one thing.
I salute you, Sajid Yusuf Shah. You have spoken like a true Indian patriot. And let me tell you, sir, that Lal Chowk and flying or hoisting the tricolour, the Tiranga at Lal Chowk, it's a symbol of India's territorial integrity. It's a symbol of sacrifice. It's a symbol of normalcy. It's a symbol of Kashmir's synthesis with India. It's a symbol of national integration. And it is certainly not a symbol of any one political entity. If the Congress had any sense, Rahul Gandhi would march there proudly. Should he not? Kamru Zaman Chaudhry, you are telling me that you want to unite this country and skip Lal Chowk?
Rahul,
you will not go and unfurl the flag because Mehbooba Mufti is going to have a panic attack? Because she doesn't like it? Because her feelings will be hurt? Is that the reason, Kamru Zaman Chaudhry? Because she won't attend your Bharat Jodo Yatra? Because Abdullah will probably start, I don't know, itching at a sore. I don't know. What is the issue?
Rahul.
Kamru Zaman Chaudhary.
Rahul, I got your, yes, I got your point. Now the point out here is that do we need a Rahul Shiv Shankar alias RSS or the Rashtriya Swayam Sevak Sangh, as you call it, the RSS, or those people who are rhetorical pseudo-nationalists who are pleading for Congress party to decide on the program that Nagpur wants it to do.
Listen.
How hypocritical
listen,
this is.
Mr. Chaudhary.
Are we going to decide
Mr.
our program
Chaudhary,
basis on the on
the
what
Congress
RSS wants
was
us
in
to
alliance
do?
with
It
the
is
National
never going to
Conference.
be.
I want to
Because
put facts
it's
out.
simple
Listen,
reason.
I'm not getting into rhetoric.
Let me finish.
No, one second. Mr. Chaudhary.
So was BJP.
Stop,
in alliance with the
yes,
PDP.
But then they snapped it and they didn't
So
go
was
back to it.
BJP in alliance with the PDP.
They snapped it
Now-
and they didn't go back to it. And let me tell you, after that,
So we
they
also
went ahead.
snapped it.
No, one second.
No,
They went
I
ahead.
just want
one
to
second.
bring up the
Kamru
role
Zaman
of the
Chaudhary.
national flag.
Kamru Zaman Chaudhary, the BJP, which will answer, and I've never been a fan of that alliance. And I would think that it was the greatest betrayal. Forget about anyone else of the Hindu cause. No, 1 minute. Simply because the PDP, Miss Mufti and company, were part of a grand cover. Listen to me. Listen to me. No, don't try to draw a false equivalence. I just want to put down certain facts. You don't have the guts to renounce your equations with National Conference. Now let me tell you.
Brag about Article 370.
Kamru Zaman Chaudhary.
Rahul,
one second. Kamru Zaman Chaudhary. We can agree to disagree, but I'm not going to shout. No, I'm not going to shout.
That I am to ask.
I am not going to shout.
Through you.
I'm not going to shout. I'm going to ask a pertinent question
of you. I'm going to ask two questions to the BJP representative through you.
Please, ask
if you permit me.
But explain why Rahul Gandhi has such a antipathy to the idea of unfurling the Tiranga at the Lal Chowk. Just explain this to us. You can ask as many questions. Is it a crime?
30 seconds. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Do you think that Hazratbal is different from Lal Chowk, or Kargil is different from Lal Chowk, or Jammu is different from Lal Chowk? We are all proud of the Kashmir that is with India. There is no doubt about it. Now chest thumping nationalism doesn't work. The hypocrisy of the Bharatiya Janata Party, let me just remind you, we talk about Article 370, Rahul. There is Article 371 in the Northeast. You talk about the national flag of India not being the only flag in Jammu and Kashmir prior to 370. Now can you tell me the present day governor of Tamil Nadu, Mr. Ravi, he was the interlocutor in the Naga peace talks with the Naga army insurgents. Now do you think that India is going to accept to a separate constitution of the Nagas and a separate flag of the Nagas? What was the accord did they do with the Nagas by Narendra Modi ji and through Mr. Ravi? They have not yet disclosed anything.
Now one second, Mr. Chaudhary, you've spoken your mind. Have you spoken your mind?
Kashmir,
okay,
when
now
we speak of Kashmir as an
you are okay. I have to lower your fader if you just keep on bleating. Now calm down. Okay, please. You made your point. You made a lengthy point. I've given you all the time. You haven't asked your question to the BJP. But nonetheless, let me tell you this. You're digging your own metaphoric grave tonight. Let me fact check you. Here's what Farooq Abdullah said in 2017. Remember, Farooq has also joined the Bharat Jodo Yatra. He is the one who made hoisting the Tiranga at the Lal Chowk a test of normalcy. He didn't ask anyone to do this in any other part of Kashmir. This is what he said. They, the centre and the BJP, are talking about raising flag in POK. I asked them, first you go and raise the tricolour at Lal Chowk in Srinagar. They can't even do that here. And they are talking about POK? This is what he said. If you don't like to hear the truth, then live in the untruth. The truth is that POK is not our part and this JNK is not their part. That is the truth. Abdullah said, defending his comment that POK does not belong to India. These are his words. I'll tell you what his son, illustrious son, said. Omar Abdullah, when he was in alliance with the Congress party. Unfortunately, the BJP is never happy if there is not fire somewhere or the other. When Kashmir is burning, that's also a problem for them. Then is it my fault why Kashmir is burning? Now that Kashmir is quiet, they want to set it on fire again. My minister is going to hoist the tricolour in Srinagar in the middle of the stadium taking a salute. What's the need for individuals to hoist flags? Omar Abdullah, Farooq Abdullah don't like the idea of India's Tiranga flying high in Kashmir, especially at the Lal Chowk. Mr. Kamruzaman Chaudhary and your boss, your putative boss, your shadow boss, Rahul Gandhi, is marching with them. Perhaps that's the reason why. Let me bring in Dr. Ranganathan also. Let me bring in Nalin Kohli. Let me bring in General Bakshi. Let me bring in Tehseen Poonawalla. All of them deserve to speak. Dr. Ranganathan, what's your take tonight? Rahul Gandhi says, or his party to be very precise, after he said that he was going to fly the Tiranga at Lal Chowk, suddenly has done a U-turn and said, no, we're not doing it. We don't want to follow RSS traditions.
Good evening, Rahul. I'll tell you why he's done a sudden U-turn. Not that he's not adept at doing sudden and non-sudden U-turns, but the fact is, at least in Kashmir and at least as far as Rahul Gandhi is concerned, the man is known by the company he keeps. So let's look at Rahul Gandhi's friends in Kashmir. Number one, Farooq Abdullah. Let me quote him verbatim. Quote, they want to abolish 370 and we'll remain silent. Inshallah, we will fight. We dare them. Allah would want that we gain independence from India, unquote. The other friend, Mehbooba Mufti, she threatened rivers of blood if 370 was abrogated, rivers of blood. She shed tears and mourned the death of terrorist Wani. She said, quote, flags other than the tricolour will fly if 370 was abrogated. She threatened sedition by saying, quote, why would a Muslim majority state want to stay with India, unquote. But, there is a saying that an apple never falls far from the tree. So let me quote a few historical examples as well. Let me utter a quote verbatim, now that I'm in a habit of this right now. Quote, nothing wrong with having the Union Jack in a corner of our flag. We must take note of virtues of the British, unquote. You know who said this? Mahatma Gandhi. The same virtuous British killed 35 million Indians, manufactured 12 famines, drove our life expectancy to mere 32 years in 1947, looted 45 trillion, broke us in two. And finally, if I may dare, can I correct you also? You were talking of hoisting of flags and unfurling. Rahul, did you know that on August 15, 1947, Mountbatten told Nehru to not lower the Union Jack because, quote, it would make him unhappy. Nehru agreed. The Indian National Army protested. They weren't allowed to enter the Red Fort. The British flag wasn't even lowered on our Independence Day. And finally, 30 seconds, as for Mr. Chaudhary and Congress's claim that no one from the RSS took part in freedom struggle. I guess they have graduated from the WhatsApp University. They don't know the legendary names like Dada Nayak from Chimur, Maharashtra, Ramdas Rampure, Sant Tuktoji Maharaj, and Hemu Kalani. So what I'm saying is that, I repeat, an apple never falls far from a tree. And this tree, let me give this to Rahul Gandhi, is 100 years old. So you have to quote all the historical antecedences.
Well, Dr. Ranganathan, thank you for that bit of perspective. You didn't mention rotten apples, though. The ones that are growing.
Kashmiri apples.
Yeah, rotten Kashmiri apples. I wish you had also talked about how far they fall from which tree. But okay, I think we get the drift, viewers. And I want to bring in very quickly Mr. Tehseen Poonawalla and General Bakshi and Nalin Kohli. Mr. Tehseen Poonawalla, Rahul Gandhi dreams of hoisting the national flag at the Lal Killa in 2024 August 15th. But he can't even hoist it at the Lal Killa, at the Lal Chowk in Srinagar. Your colleague on this show, Kamruzaman Chaudhary, says, oh, do it in Hazrat Bal, do it here, do it there. And General Bakshi is sitting there and he's scratching his head and wondering, why then do separatists run straight to the Lal Chowk whenever they want to suggest that things are not normal in Kashmir, or when they want to suggest that there is strife in Kashmir? separatists, when they were given a free run, used to hold protests at Lal Chowk in 2016. The Hurriyat had also called for a referendum march in Lal Chowk. Why? If it's not so important. And therefore I ask you, is Lal Chowk not important? Should we just flatten it out?
Thank you, Rahul, for having me on this show. And at the onset, I want to thank General Bakshi for his services. It is because of people like
you
him
need to answer my question.
We are safe.
Please.
I will. Can I just thank the veteran?
Of course.
Thank you so much. You're right, Rahul, that in this country, there must be no place for any separatists, any terrorists, any leaders. Here, let's go zoom karo. Yasin Malik but Atal Bihari Vajpayee. You were saying, na? Terrorist? Man ki baat, chai pe charcha. Galle mil rahe the. Buran Wani, Anand Ranganathan mentioned. 4 lakh rupees, not me, Times of India says, was given by the PDP, BJP government. PDP, Mehbooba Mufti, not just in an alliance with Mr. Modi, who rightfully broke it. Thank you and compliments to him for breaking it. Do you know when her sister was kidnapped, the BJP government in the center released her sister in exchange of terrorists when the then Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir, Farooq Abdullah, and the opposition leader, ex-Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi, a martyr for this country, said no, they should not be released. The BJP released it for her sister. Mehbooba Mufti, the same person who says Afzal Guru hanging is a judicial crime, castigates our judiciary. Congress hung Afzal Guru and the BJP formed an alliance with him. This tricolour, which is on my blood, which is on my heart, was first raised by Jawaharlal Nehru, and Jawaharlal Nehru's fight with Mahatma Gandhi. Please, Nalinji, I have a lot of respect for you, sir. You will get your chance to rebut me and you must give a rejoinder. Now, Jawaharlal Nehru's fight with Mahatma Gandhi was over raising the tricolour at the river Ravi and saying we want Sampur Azadi, and he refused Gandhiji's proposal of the Union Jack in the corner of the tricolour. That was Jawaharlal Nehru who unruffled the tricolour everywhere in this country. But it is so easy to come up and say, oh, Hemu Kalani and RSS activists, who, by the way, Anand, you must be fact-checked, it was from the AISF and the Swaraj Sena that was associated with the AISF, a left organization. But let me come to the point. I agree and I concede. I agree and I concede. No, Anand, the book that you quote for is written by an RSS guy who claims Hemu Kalani's documents and his school certificate and his college certificates activism is from the Swaraj Sena and AISF. But let me come to the point of today. Let me come to the point of today. Let me come to the point of today.
3 minutes.
Let me come to the point of today, and I'm going to say this. I am proud that Rahul Gandhi is carrying the tricolour that his grandfather, great-grandfather, and everyone like General Bakshi fought for, right from Kanyakumari to Kashmir, and he will hoist it at the Congress headquarters. The same RSS headquarters that until 1994 did not host my tricolour, said my tricolour was evil, and when 2 activists like the brave sergeant went to hoist the tricolour at the RSS headquarters in Nagpur, they were arrested and sent to jail. The same Constitution of India that Nehru was a part of the Constituent Assembly that Baba Sahib Ambedkar drafted, that the RSS called was foreign. I asked Nalin Kohli today, the Congress has always hoisted a tricolour. We wear it on our hearts, in our blood. Why? Will you apologize for Galwalkar's remarks? Will you apologize? That's the question we ask you.
Okay. Tehseen Poonawalla, you haven't answered my central question. You can castigate the BJP. I was never a fan of that PDP alliance. You know this. You have been on Times Now many times. It was the greatest sellout that you could ever possibly conceive. Now, they can tell you that it was done for, the project of uniting the Jammu with Kashmir, this, that, the other. It was the greatest sellout, biggest mistake. They realized their mistake, they got out of it. After that, 370 was abolished, a lot of things happened, which the Congress never, ever, ever even contemplated doing. Now, Tehseen Poonawalla, the best response to the BJP and the RSS, and I have to ask you this, would it not be to unfurl the flag at Lal Chowk, or would it be, as Mr. Kamruzaman Chaudhary says, do it somewhere else? It's a very simple question. Is Rahul Gandhi today being held back by his allies, political considerations? Has he forgotten the importance, the symbolism that his own great-grandfather attached to unfurling, foisting the tricolour, as you've said, from Lal Chowk? Has he forgotten this? And why has he forgotten it? Tehseen Poonawalla, put your hand on your heart and say that this is a strategic, and I'm being charitable, strategic error on his part.
So, one thing, I do believe very strongly, and there I side with you and Anand, very strongly, that Mehbooba Mufti should not be a part of this. I'm very strong on this despite being a congressman.
Of what?
Of this Bharat Jodo thing.
Why?
I'm very strong
Why?
on that.
Why?
Because, you know, when somebody says that the tricolour will not unruffle, I don't like people like that. I think she's always damaged the country. She damaged the country when she's in alliance with the BJP. She got their sister.
So
was
why is she
released by
part
the
of
BJP.
it? Why do you are an insider?
I
of the
don't think.
Congress.
I know I'm not an insider. I just don't
come
think
on.
she should be.
I mean, you're the only one, perhaps, who's connected. Who's connected to the nerve center of the Congress. Please. So I'm asking you, why is she then? No, then let's have that conversation.
Correct.
Why is she then part? If the BJP was absolutely selling India down the toilet, as you claim,
4 lakhs to Burhan Wani's family.
fair enough. Then why is the Congress putative scion, the next putative, the Congress believes, Prime Minister of this country in 2024,
Correct.
walking with Mehbooba Mufti? What's the compulsion?
It's not a compulsion. The idea is to bring everyone in the mainstream, just like Prime Minister Modi got a Naga rebels, a success of many Prime Ministers, including Manmohan Singh and Vajpayee.
So bring everyone into the mainstream.
Yes, and
So
the
let me
condition
ask
is.
you then. So let me ask you then. Why not bring the RSS that you sort of seem to suggest is on the fringes of Indian society also into the mainstream? When Pranab Mukherjee can do it, when his own great-grandfather can do it, Nehru?
And the proof of the pudding is in eating. Let Nalin Kohli
So-
now say
so-
Golwalkar
so-
was wrong.
so
Let him
one second.
apologize for Golwalkar.
So one
and
second.
RSS
So one
should be
second.
welcomed.
Again, you have skirted the question. You yourself said that this is a mistake to bring Mehbooba Mufti.
Personal
Now
opinion.
you're creating.
Personal opinion.
Sir,
I'm not a fan of
Are
hers.
you not a loyal Congress supporter?
Absolutely.
Do you not have the interests of the Congress at heart?
Therefore, I don't
So
think
if a
she should be on
person
board.
with a Congress beating heart says she should not be there, then why is Rahul Gandhi committing this mistake? Don't be charitable. Isn't it because of vote bank compulsion? I'm
No,
asking you tonight.
what
why
vote
why is
bank?
Abdullah there then?
What vote bank? There's
Why
no
is
vote.
Abdullah-
Why is Vajpayee sir
Why is
with, why is
Abdullah
Vajpayee sir with this terrorist
That's
Yasin Malik
exactly- so one
doing chai
second.
pe
Why
charcha
is
and Man Ki
Abdullah
Baat?
there? Why is
Why did the
Abdullah there?
BJP release
So as I
terrorists
said,
for
the
Mehbooba
best
Mufti's,
response,
sisters?
the best response, my dear friend,
Bring
is to
people
go
in the
there.
mainstream.
No, one second. Is to go there, upstage everybody else, including the BJP, by hoisting the flag from the Lal Chowk. General Bakshi wants to come in, and Nalin Kohli wants to respond. General Bakshi first. Yes, since you've been raising your hand, go ahead.
Rahul, in itself, it's a very good thing if anybody tries to enhance and deepen the idea of national unity. But I have strong reservations to hypocrisy. I thought the Indian national flag was the symbol of a national unity beyond caste, creed, religion, language, ethnicity, whatever. All right? And it hurts when a national party, when a national leader says he will go to the Lal Chowk and he will not hoist the national flag. You are straight away excluding Kashmir from the ambit of India. And may I remind you that thousands and thousands of Indian soldiers have died to keep it that way.
Sir, he is not going to Lal Chowk.
How
He's
can
going
you
to
not
Chowk where the Congress headquarters
unfold the
is, and
national
hoisting
flag at the
tricolour.
Red
Let
Chowk?
General
Because people used to be beaten
But sir,
there.
mistake,
They
he's
used
not
to.
going to Lal
Can
Chowk.
I
He's
can I
saying he's
please
not going
finish?
to Lal Chowk. He's saying
not
it's a
going-
Can I
mistake.
kindly finish?
Let him
I
finish.
did not interrupt
Ji, sir,
anybody
but
else.
mistaken, sir.
My friend,
Ji, sir.
you paid me a lot of homage at the start.
Ji, sir.
Now please hear me out.
Ji, sir.
If you really respect General Bakshi.
Ji, sir.
Thank you, please. You see, what I'm trying to tell you is, Rahul, on that same Lal Chowk, people have had their bones broken by the state police, no less, for trying to unfurl the national flag, right? It was a cause celebre that you would not let the Tiranga flutter there. Mehbooba Mufti said that if the Tiranga ko kanda dene wala koi nahi hoga, rivers of blood would flow. All right? And you go there and, you know, the whole aura of national unity that you were trying to create, I think it falls flat on its face. When you say that you won't unfurl the national flag at the Lal Chowk, who are you scared of now? Who are you scared of now? We've had the national flag fluttering on the Dal Lake at the Lal Chowk.
Sir,
Who are you scared of now?
Nehru's great-grandson who...
And it is
You're
not
scared of
the
disapproval
smells of
of
hypocrisy.
Mehbooba Mufti and Farouk.
I'm sorry.
No,
Scared.
sir. They are
You are
You
being
say you will
shaken.
not
You are being shaken by
unfold the
them.
national
You are being
flag.
shaken by
Why
them.
not?
Sir, but why is Nagaland getting a separate flag? That is the question.
Let me
Here,
bring in Nalin
Mehbooba's
Kohli.
been bought in.
Let me bring in
and ask
Nalin
Nalin, sir, to
Kohli.
share the Nagaland Accord with you.
Let me bring in Mr. Nalin Kohli. Mr. Nalin Kohli, who's there with us.
They will never reply this to this
Mr. Kohli, can you hear me?
Why is
Okay,
Article
Mr. Kohli,
371 there?
I think he's Mr. Kohli. Yes, let me bring in Mr. Kohli. Mr. Kohli, it's an important question the Congress is putting at your door. It says that those who supped with Mehbooba Mufti cannot today question our bona fides and have a problem if Rahul Gandhi doesn't go to Lal Chowk and unfurl the Tiranga. How do you respond to them?
So there was a break of the audio twice, Rahul, so excuse me for that. We were trying to sort that out. Couple of things. The Congress has no locus to ask any of these questions. Because had the Congress and specifically Jawaharlal Nehru followed a policy in the interest of India, we wouldn't have had a Kashmir problem. And I say that with a sense of responsibility. The rest of India integrated beautifully because Sardar Patel did it. Gloriously, Sardar Patel was kept out of Jammu and Kashmir and it was handled directly by Jawaharlal Nehru, and see what we got. It took 70 years to undo the problems that were started in 47, 48. Because perhaps Jawaharlal Nehru ji, in his wisdom, infinite wisdom of that time, chose to perhaps look at the interests of whom he considered his friend, Sheikh Abdullah, rather than the interests of Jammu and Kashmir. Our law minister, Mr. Kiran Rijiju, had put out some documents also a few months ago, pointing out about what Nehru ji said through his own communications and how it points to that. Now let's come to what General Bakshi was saying. Of course, he was very emotional about it. He's a veteran, a decorated veteran. But it does raise two important questions. A, can the national flag and should the national flag be made an object of political tussle? Should the national flag be used by what the Congress calls itself a national party to actually to denigrate it, to score a political point on the BJP and RSS? Is the national flag the property of the BJP or the RSS? What kind of thinking is this? I'm sorry to say, what kind of warped thinking is this? I mean, this is beyond any logic. It is beyond any Indian who cares for the motherland, who has respect for our national flag, would even contemplate of saying. And they say it publicly, they do it in debate, and this is approved by Rahul Gandhi. I mean, it really raises questions of what is his thinking. One could joke about many of his comments, but this crosses limits. No Indian is going to tolerate this. That you reduce the national flag to something petty as a political issue just to score a point on the BJP. It boils my heart too, and my blood. Let's come to the third point. You want to say that the RSS agenda is putting the national flag on Lal Chowk. The symbol of fighting, separatism, was putting the national flag on Lal Chowk. So are you standing with the separatist agenda? Are you thinking that the agenda of talking of the greater integration of Jammu and Kashmir is an RSS and cannot be an Indian agenda?
Okay, well,
I mean, how can anyone who says he's an Indian citizen even contemplate this? What difference between this thinking and the thinking of Bharat tere tukde ho jayenge inshallah, inshallah?
Between the BJP and the Congress aside tonight, viewers.
The next point I'd like to say,
tell you,
I didn't interrupt anyone. I have after 27 minutes come.
Okay.
I want one more sentence to come. One sentence, that's it.
Make two more.
The Bharat Jodo Yatra is a jumla, a political, it's a marketing gimmick to relaunch Rahul Gandhi. That is their entitlement. What is Jodo? If in your thinking you have hatred towards other sections of India, which is BJP, RSS, and those who are with the BJP and RSS, this is not Jodna. It's a political marketing gimmick for launching a leader. Let's be clear about it.
Okay, viewers, you heard two political opponents slug it out tonight. But I want to leave the last word to General Bakshi, because he's above politics. And the reason he's above politics is because He has served our nation by standing up to those who want to fragment it. General Bakshi.
You know, Rahul, when I heard of this this yatra to unify hearts and minds, one was quite impressed. But now one sees the hypocrisy of it. Like I said, I re-emphasize, the national flag is the symbol of our national unity beyond caste, creed, religion, politics, any and everything. People have given their life for it. Lal Chowk has a special resonance. The students of the NIT were thrashed black and blue in Srinagar for carrying the national flag. In the emotive time of cricket matches with Pakistan, their bones were broken, Rahul. And so many of our brave hearts, some civilian brave hearts tried to hoist the national flag at the Lal Chowk. And they were thrashed. They were beaten in their own country by their own state police. Look, this is the travesty of everything that national unity stands for. And it boils my bloody blood when I see the national flag being disrespected. And I tell you again, look, this flag represents you and me. It flutters because of the last breath of every soldier who dies for this country. You cannot disrespect it, dash it. And you can't talk of national unity in the same breath. It hurts. You understand? It hurts. Whatever you do, you don't play with the national flag. And when you do it, on an agenda that I'm doing it for national unity, then please stand by what you are saying. Stand up for what you are saying and be counted at the Red Chowk, at the Lal Chowk, where people were thrashed for upholding this tricolour. People have died for this tricolour, right? And if it can be made it can be devalued for scoring political brownie points, then you are not doing national unity.
There you go.
Then that is, sir, hypocrisy. And hypocrisy is the worst sin.
It's the worst sin. Viewers, it's the worst sin. Let me tell you. And we here on Times Now call out hypocrisy. I think that the Congress, if it really believes that it is embarking on this great unity march, should rethink, as Tehseen Poonawalla says, drop Mehbooba Mufti and company and venture forth and hoist the national tricolour, the Tiranga, our beloved Tiranga, on Lal Chowk. Should do it. And then it can stand tall and call out the hypocrisy of just about anyone else. Listen to the soldier on this show tonight. I want to move on, viewers. I want to move on because we saw unprecedented scenes today. Unprecedented scenes. And at the heart of this unprecedented scene is a BJP MP. He has reduced, viewers, our Olympic champions, our Commonwealth Games champions, our Asian champions, our world champions to tears. At least that's what Sakshi Phogat, Vinesh Phogat, Bajrang Punia, India's glorious athletes, Sakshi Malik, have had to say. Viewers, if you hear them tonight, you won't believe your ears. They talk about serial sexual predation. They talk about a sleazy individual who heads their federation in the shape and form of that gentleman on your right of your screens. It's difficult to call someone a gentleman once you hear certain allegations of this nature, of this grave nature being hurled at him. Viewers, these athletes brought glory to India. They in fact are and will always be India's flag bearers. And only, viewers, and only those who have no conscience will think of playing around with their dignity and their feelings. Now let me tell you, viewers, our Prime Minister has made it his mission to make India a sporting superpower. He has reinvented, viewers, reinvented the wheel when it comes to sports management. But the people who have been tasked with carrying out, or at some level or the other realizing his vision, are letting him down. Viewers, the Prime Minister even today had graced a function to put India on the sporting world map. And on that very day, our medalists have sat on dharna at Jantar Mantar to say that their federation chief, the wrestling federation chief, is a man of allegedly less than honorable intent. Listen in to what these athletes have had to say. Very quickly listen in, viewers, it's very important. Very important.
और वही कोचेज जो कैंप में लड़कियां होती हैं उनके साथ में बातचीत करवाते हैं लड़कियों की शोषण करवाने के लिए ही। और अध्यक्ष जी ने खुद पता नहीं कितनी लड़कियों का शोषण किया है आज तक।
आप खुद कह रहे हैं
आप बहुत सारे जो स्पोर्ट्स जर्नलिस्ट हैं उनको पता है, उनके पास कोई प्रूफ नहीं है, कोई बोल नहीं पाता है। बहुत सारे जर्नलिस्ट लोगों ने मैं बोला है। और अध्यक्ष जी ने खुद पता नहीं कितनी लड़कियों का शोषण किया है आज तक। नेशनल कैंप्स में जो कोचेज होते हैं सभी कोच नहीं हैं उसमें, लेकिन कुछ कोचेज हैं जो फेडरेशन के खास हैं, जो खुद शोषण करते हैं, महिला कोचों के साथ में गलत व्यवहार करते हैं। उसकी मैंने आवाज उठाई है इस बार, और उसके बावजूद भी वही चीफ कोच नेशनल कैंप में लगाए गए हैं। अच्छा, हाँ जी, जी 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 कितने पावरफुल लोग हैं जी भाई, आप कितने पावरफुल लोग हैं। बताया कि आज मैंने बोला है मेरे को नहीं पता कल मेरी लाइफ रहेगी नहीं रहेगी। उस लड़कियों में इतनी हिम्मत नहीं सामने आने की, क्योंकि फैमिली बैकग्राउंड अच्छा नहीं है, क्योंकि वो इनसे लड़ नहीं सकती, क्योंकि पावरफुल नहीं है। और हम आज इतनी इस हद पे हैं, लेकिन मैं नहीं चाहती कि हमारी आने वाली जनरेशन इस दर्द से गुजरे या इस दौर से गुजरे, इस दलदल में फंसे।
मुख्य मांग यही है कि रेसलिंग फेडरेशन को हटाया जाए और नीचे तक के जो अधिकारी हैं सबको हटा के एक नई फेडरेशन का निर्माण होना चाहिए। कि जो नीचे से गंदगी शुरू हुई है या जो नीचे से ही खराब है, सब हट के एक फ्रेश स्टार्ट होनी चाहिए कि हमारे आने वाले जो रेसलर्स हैं उनका भविष्य खराब में ना जाए।
सरकार से बात के लिए कोई बात हो पाएगी?
वो हम करेंगे बात, वो हम अपने PM सर से और गृह मंत्री सर से बात करेंगे, उनके आगे और हमारी खुल के बात रखेंगे।
भाई आज वो जो थप्पड़े वाला वीडियो है वो ट्रेंड कर रहा है, आप लोगों ने देखा होगा, ट्विटर पे दोबारा से चल रहा है। और जो गाड़ी का वीडियो है वो अगर आप बोलोगे तो वो वीडियो अभी ये हमारे पास भी है, वो चीज हम अब भी दिखा सकते हैं।
Well, Punia, of course, who has done India proud at the highest level, viewers, is talking about an incident from 2021. This video of the BJP MP, Mr. Sharan, went viral, where he was seen physically abusing a wrestler. Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh slapped a grappler multiple times during an under-15 national event in Ranchi simply because he was an overaged athlete. Watch this, viewers.
यौन शोषण
नहीं. Those are the pictures from December 18, 2021. He obviously thinks he can completely walk over the rights of just about anyone at any time. Drunk on power, viewers, entitled, perhaps, I don't know. But when we spoke to him, this is what he said in his own defense. Let's play that out. What did this particular member of parliament, who is also the head of the Wrestling Federation, say in response to these very serious allegations? Listen in, viewers.
यौन शोषण
नहीं हुआ.
कोई यौन शोषण जैसा
नहीं हुआ.
क्यों लगाएगा?
नहीं हुआ. नहीं हुआ.
सर वो कह रहे थे मोदी जी को बताएंगे
बार
नहीं हुआ.
और सर एक या दो नहीं, कई रेसलर
नहीं हुआ. नहीं हुआ. एक भी रेसलर खड़ा कर दो, एक भी रेसलर खड़ा कर दो.
आपको क्या वजह लगती है? लगाए गए हैं आपको
इसमें? देखिए अभी, well, let's open this up, viewers. Let's open this up to our guests and let me ask them a very straightforward question. And I want to begin first with Raman Malik, BJP spokesperson. Mr. Malik, The BJP has demanded resignations over allegations of sexual harassment. They sought resignation of Dhananjay Munde, who was minister in the Aghadi government, over allegations in Kerala. They demanded in 2018 the resignation of a CPM legislator PK Sasi over allegations. Why shouldn't therefore this member of parliament step down post haste to allow for a free and fair inquiry? Why are you allowing him to brazen it out? How is this in any way in the interests of probity?
Two things, Rahul. You have missed out Mr. Soren's name. We have even asked for his resignation. He is the chief minister with the same kind of allegations, if you've forgotten. We have other names also which can be brought about, and for not forgetting the vanishing act of Sukanya Devi. But I would not like to go into political rhetoric here. The most important factor is, Rahul, that there are multiple avenues of allegation. Let's understand, there's an allegation of misconduct, there's an allegation of corruption, there's an allegation of misbehavior, there's an allegation of sexual harassment. So there are multiple avenues of allegations which have been levied by people who are our pride. I come from a state where most of the medals have been brought in India by my wrestlers. I am very proud of them, and they are stars, heroes in their own right for me. Every man and woman who's played for India is a hero for me.
Yeah.
And
so
there probably
heroism,
one is equal to maybe a
honor
million.
their heroism, take it seriously, Mr. Malik. Take it seriously. Ask your MP to step down. Ask this federation chief with a bloated ego, most probably,
Rahul,
to step down. You know the arrogance with which
Rahul,
he tried to shame these athletes.
Rahul, the fact is, number one, the athletes also have very categorically came up and said that this is not against the government, this is not against BJP, it is about the federation and the person sitting there. That is first point. The second point is, we are not looking at it with political vision. What we are saying is that these allegations, all the facts should be brought in, a thorough inquiry should happen.
One second.
And without the investigation,
Raman Malik, you're brazening it out tonight. You are within your rights, but the public is listening to you. 1 second. Dr. Ranganathan, come in here. Tell us where the problem is, what needs should be done.
I'll briefly tell you where the problem is, Rahul. When you said that the BJP, you quoted a few instances where the BJP demanded that those who were accused of sexual misconduct or worse should resign. Well, the BJP did demand a resignation of one Congress leader, Goa Congress leader, on allegations of child rape. But then that same leader the next day joined the BJP. And the BJP stopped demanding his resignation. Now that gentleman is in the BJP. So these parties are going to do this, and they have been doing it forever. They're going to do it forever. The question is, what is the solution? The solution is, one, there has to be an independent court-monitored investigation. Absolutely, the person has to step down, should have stepped down in the morning. It is a shame. Ramanji is a very good friend, but I'm shocked that he is not yet uttered that the gentleman should step down. He must. And number two, can someone please explain to me, and here Tehseen also would, zip his lips. Why are politicians involved in sports bodies? Why?
I agree with you, Anand. I think the sports bill should be got in.
Did you tell that to Mr. Suresh Kulmadi, with whom you worked?
I am very clear.
So did you tell him that?
Speechless. I am very clear.
Did you tell Suresh Kalmadi to his face, sir, I might be an intern, but let me tell you, you are in the wrong. Get out of that sports federation. You know what he did with it. 1 minute, 1 second. One second, very quickly. Let me get the BJP back into this, or a supporter of the BJP or what have you. Yuva India Foundation chief. I want to bring him in. Sir, Yuva India president, please give me 30 seconds, please. Vaibhav Gavaral, I want to ask you, do you think this MP should step down post haste? Yes, no. Simple.
Rahul, I can't say yes or no like that. There is a history to the entire thing, and if I may, it is this much is the history. If I may, nobody. I think we are trying to road roll just because there is an allegation on someone.
No one is trying to road roll, sir. Here it is. No, please. That's unfair. Again, you're shooting the messenger. It's becoming a habit. No, 1 minute.
We all have the right to our viewpoint.
You have a right to a viewpoint.
Tell the audience who is he really.
But don't make.
It is not that simple.
No, 1 second. Look.
He runs 54 institutes for promotion of wrestling. 2008, when he became the Wrestling Federation chief, that's when India started winning the medals in wrestling. 2, 3, 4 gold medals came in. The guy got credibility.
That 1 second. You can be excellent at what you do, but that doesn't mean that you don't. Hang on. That you're incorruptible in different ways.
No, I'm not saying that.
Yeah, you are saying that. You're telling me about a long list of achievements, sir. The people who are complaining today have also achieved.
He's a member of parliament since the 10th Lok Sabha.
You know how many criminals sit in parliament?
1991.
Should I tell you? How many criminals sit in parliament? No, so don't give me this. No, hang on. You're clear. No, listen. No, hang on. Viewers, I am not saying that any of these allegations are true. Now, 1 minute. Let's be very clear. I think the answer that we should have heard tonight was the following. Look, we can't say if the allegations are true or false. We can only say that there have been grave allegations made. In the interests of justice, let this individual step aside. Let there be, as Dr. Ranganathan is saying, a court-monitored probe into this entire issue. Whoever has the proof can submit it. Whoever has a good rebuttal can submit it. At least the process to jurisdict, viewers, these allegations will be above question. And we can all walk away from this saying, okay, now justice has been done. But viewers, that is not going to happen because we don't care about those who serve us, serve this nation. You and I, viewers, serve this nation by paying our taxes every day. There, Dr. Ranganathan is bringing out another fact. What is this, Dr. Ranganathan? I need to wrap up. Yes.
I'm just showing the precedence that what appalls me is that the BJP is actually, as you say, brazening it out and saying that the person need not resign. Here, the BJP Haryana sports minister resigned on mere allegations.
Absolutely.
And he said, and I compliment him, he said, until they're proven one way or the other, I resign.
Be the change you want to see. Be the change you want to be. But you won't. There's too much at stake. I leave it at this, viewers.
इन केस आप मिलेनियन वाली जनरेशन से हैं तो आपने शायद वो गाना सुना होगा, देखा जो तुझे यार दिल में बजी गिटार। सो कुछ ऐसे अगर आप मूड में हैं तो यहाँ पे ये गिटार की स्ट्रिंग्स टाइप दी गई हैं, एग्जैक्टली स्ट्रिंग्स नहीं है बट ऐसे कुछ मूड में है तो आप इनका इस्तेमाल उस समय जरूर कर सकते हैं। अब आप समझ गए होंगे कि गाड़ी कौन सी है, हाल ही में इसका लॉन्च हुआ था, ये है BYD की Atto 3 और क्या परफॉर्मेंस, क्या रेंज, क्या डिजाइन, क्या फीचर्स BYD अपने इस इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल में दे रहा है, उन सभी के बारे में मैं आपसे बात करने वाला हूं इस वीडियो में। और वीडियो के अंत में हमेशा की तरह बात करेंगे 3 धांसू और 3 नॉट सो धांसू एलिमेंट्स मुझे क्या लगे इस BYD Atto 3 के बारे में। तो चलिए शुरुआत करते हैं। तो शुरुआत कर लेते हैं इस Atto 3 के डिजाइन वाले एस्पेक्ट से। तो फ्रंट में BYD कहना है ये गाड़ी का डिजाइन जो है ओवरऑल ड्रैगन इंस्पायर्ड है, चाइनीज ब्रांड है, तो कुछ वैसा ही एसेंस BYD कह रही है हमने इस गाड़ी के डिजाइन और स्टाइलिंग में देने की कोशिश करी है। हालांकि ड्रैगन इंस्पायर्ड तो मुझे फ्रंट ज्यादा नहीं लग रहा है, बट फिर भी यहाँ पे सेंटर में बड़ा सा BYD का लोगो है, क्रोम का एलिमेंट दिया गया है थ्रू आउट जो जाता है इसके फ्रंट हेडलाइट के ऊपर से सेंटर तक। एंड हेडलाइट जो है क्रिस्टल LED कॉम्बिनेशन लाइट्स यहाँ पर इसमें देखने को मिल रही है। एंड DRL देख रहे हैं, देखने में खूबसूरत ही काफ़ी लग रहा है। इसका फ्रंट जो लाइट का सेक्शन है काफ़ी स्लीक कॉम्पैक्ट इसका हेडलाइट का डिज़ाइन लग रहा है। एंड जो टर्न इंडिकेटर्स हैं वो भी इसके DRL में ही इंटीग्रेटेड हैं। तो यहाँ पे जब इसको टर्न इंडिकेटर ऑन होंगे तो ये DRL टर्न इंडिकेटर का काम भी करेगा। इसके अलावा इलेक्ट्रिक गाड़ी है तो फ्रंट में कुछ यहाँ पे इवेंट वगैरह देखने को नहीं मिलेगा, ऑब्वियस है। एंड इसमें जो है ADAS लेवल 2 के फीचर्स देख सकते हैं आप, यहाँ सेंसर्स वगैरह, रेडार वगैरह यहाँ पे इसमें देखने को मिल रहा है। एंड 360 डिग्री कैमरा यहाँ पर इस BYD की Atto 3 में इधर दिया गया है। साइड प्रोफाइल पे आए तो यहाँ पर जो टायर्स इसमें दिए गए हैं वो हैं 18 इंच के 215 सेक्शन के टायर्स दिए गए हैं। एंड यहाँ पे जो डिज़ाइन है एलॉयस का, ये भी थोड़ा स्पोर्टी स्टाइलिश देखने में जरूर लग रहा है। BYD का हब यहाँ पे सेंटर में दिया गया है व्हील में। एंड ओवरऑल जो यहाँ पे डिज़ाइन है, यहाँ पे क्लैडिंग थ्रू आउट जाती हुई आपको पीछे तक इसमें देखने को मिलेगी। BYD डिज़ाइन की बैजिंग यहाँ दी गई है क्रोम में। यहाँ पे जो है इसका ये चार्जिंग सॉकेट है। एंड इसका जो चार्जिंग सॉकेट है वो आप एक्सटर्नल पावर कहीं आपको देनी है, छोटा मोटा कुछ आपको कॉफ़ी मशीन टाइप, छोटा मोटा फ्रिज आपको यहाँ पे इससे एक्टिवेट करना है, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी देनी है वहाँ पे, तो उसका इस्तेमाल इस तरह से भी करा जा सकता है। तो ये एक ऑप्शन BYD ने इस Atto 3 में दिया है। इन साइड प्रोफाइल में क्रोम का एलिमेंट थ्रू आउट इसके विंडोज़ के आसपास। एंड यहाँ पर थोड़ा ये सिल्वर टच इसके रूफेल में इधर देखने को मिल रहा है। डोर हैंडल्स जो हैं बॉडी कलर्ड है। एंड ORVM जो है इसमें जो है हीटेड का भी ऑप्शन दिया गया है, तो हीटेड ORVMs है। एंड ब्लाइंड स्पॉट मॉनिटरिंग के फीचर्स ऑब्वियसली यहाँ देखने को मिलेंगे क्योंकि ADAS लेवल 2 के सेफ्टी फीचर्स इसमें दिए गए हैं। एंड नीचे डोर्स में भी थोड़ा ब्लैक और ये बॉडी कलर कॉम्बिनेशन इसके डोर्स में नीचे देखने को मिल रहा है। साइड से डिज़ाइन में कहूँ बहुत ज़्यादा फ्यूचरिस्टिक नहीं लग रहा, बट ओवरऑल देखने में अच्छा ज़रूर लग रहा है। इसके अलावा रियर में आए तो रियर में यहाँ पे थोड़ा स्पॉइलर वाला फील दिया गया है इधर। एंड पियानो ब्लैक और ये बॉडी कलर ब्लू के कॉम्बिनेशन में अच्छा सेक्शन, जो इंटरेस्टिंग सेक्शन इन टर्म्स ऑफ डिज़ाइन मुझे लगता है वो है इसका ये टेल लाइट का डिज़ाइन। जो ये स्ट्रिप जा रही है इसकी टेल लाइट की जोड़ती है। अब अमूमन ऑलमोस्ट सभी गाड़ियों में ये डिज़ाइन एलिमेंट हमें देखने को मिल रहा है, बट यहाँ पे इस BYD के Atto 3 में भी ये अच्छा देखने में रियर प्रोफाइल फ्रंट प्रोफाइल के मुकाबले मुझे ज़्यादा बेहतर देखने में ज़रूर लग रहा है। क्रोम का एलिमेंट भी थोड़ा है। एंड BYD की फुल फॉर्म अगर आपको नहीं पता है इनकेस, तो इन्होंने बड़ा बड़ा यहाँ लिखा है बिल्ड योर ड्रीम्स। एंड इधर Atto 3 की बैजिंग है। एंड लेफ्ट साइड में जाएं तो यहाँ पर इसका EV का बैजिंग इधर दिया गया है। सेंसर्स थ्रू आउट इसमें देखने को मिलेंगे। 360 डिग्री कैमरा यहाँ पे इसमें दिया गया है। एंड बूट को ओपन करने के लिए वन टच एंड बूट ओपन इसका हो जाएगा। ओवरऑल जो स्पेस है अभी फिलहाल सेकंड रो अप है, तो ओवरऑल स्पेस जो है वो है 440 लीटर्स का। बट अगर आप सेकंड रो डाउन करते हैं तकरीबन स्पेस हो जाता है 1340 लीटर्स के आसपास इसका ओवरऑल स्पेस बन जाता है। तो ये कुछ मामला है इस BYD या बिल्ड योर ड्रीम्स की Atto 3 के एक्सटीरियर लुक्स डिजाइन का। चलते हैं अंदर थोड़ा फील प्रीमियम और थोड़े एक्सक्लूसिव एलिमेंट्स इस गाड़ी में देखने को मिलते हैं। क्या है वो, एक बार उसको देखते हैं।
All the top stories on the show tonight, viewers.
Prime Minister Modi virtually unveiled the Sansad Khel Mahakumbh in Uttar Pradesh's Basti. In his address, the Prime Minister said that people in India are now considering sports as a career option. Civil Aviation Minister Jyotiraditya Scindia spoke out on Tejasvi Surya's Indigo fiasco, saying the door was opened by mistake and that an apology has been tendered already. 4 Jet Airways Boeing 777 aircraft parked at the Mumbai airport were seized by authorities over non-payment of gratuity dues to the airline staff. In a comment that may not go down well within the BJP, party MP Varun Gandhi has heaped praise on his great-grandfather Jawaharlal Nehru, saying that Nehru refused perks like salary, bungalow, car and others as the first Prime Minister of India.
The News Hour at 9, co-presented by RP Sanjeev Goenka Group, co-powered by Shriram Finance and Samsonite.
and gentlemen, even as in Davos we are surrounded by snow-capped mountains all around and a white sheet of snow wherever you can actually see, the conversations are about India, about the India story, about how strong India can become as an economy versus, of course, the political heat that is just continuing to rise back home in India. So from the snow-peaked mountains and this snow-clad Davos in Switzerland to the politics, there's a world of difference, not just literally, but also in terms of the temperatures that are soaring. And let me tell you that with 400 days to go for elections of 2024, everybody has begun to align themselves to their objectives, to their roadmaps, to their strategies. And the Prime Minister has put Vishwas over votes as his agenda. It's a clear, definitive message from the Prime Minister that was given to the entire BJP, not just the top brass, not just the members of parliament, but also to the BJP workers across the country. Prime Minister Modi said that BJP must reach out to all communities, Hindus, Muslims, Sikhs, Isais, Jains, Bauds, everybody, because there had to be a Samaj Niti, which is a social bridging of gaps, not just for votes, but to build India. And that's the message he gave the BJP's national executive. Listen in.
हम सबके हैं, ये संदेश होना ही चाहिए। अनावश्यक खबर बनाने के लिए कोई खबर कोई स्टेटमेंट देना ये आवश्यक नहीं है, और हमको जो कम्युनिटी में कोई कॉन्फ्लिक्ट हो, कोई इस तरह का एक माहौल पैदा हो जाए, तो वो चीज़ से बचना चाहिए। हम सबके हैं और हमको सबका होना है और सबको लगना चाहिए, ये कहने में नहीं और ये व्यवहार में दिखना चाहिए, ये बहुत आवश्यक है।
नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने जो सियासी वोटों की ठेकेदारी है उसको परास्त करके समावेशी विकास की हिस्सेदारी को प्राथमिकता दी। सबका साथ, सबका विकास, सबका विश्वास, सबका प्रयास कोई नारा नहीं है, नरेंद्र मोदी जी की नीति भी है और नीयत भी है, और इसका असर दिखाई पड़ रहा है। उन्होंने जो बात कही है वो केवल कहने भर की नहीं है, अगर उसका आप असर देखें न केवल भारत में बल्कि पूरी दुनिया में है।
Even as the BJP has already set its target for winning 400 seats in 2024, a mega unity rally was organized by the Chief Minister of Telangana, KCR, today in Khammam in Telangana, which was attended by opposition leaders including Akhilesh Yadav, Arvind Kejriwal, as well as the Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan. The Congress was left out of this alliance, as was Nitish Kumar and Mamta Banerjee. Listen in to the targeted attack by opposition leaders on the centre from the Munch in Khammam.
అయ్యా మోడీ గారు, మీ పాలసీ ప్రైవేటైజేషన్, మా పాలసీ నేషనలైజేషన్. ఇలా అమ్ముతా 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 అంటున్నావు ఎల్ఐసిని. అమ్మాయి పర్వాలేదు, 24 తర్వాత నువ్వు ఇంటికి, మేము ఢిల్లీకి గ్యారంటీగా మళ్ళీ ఎల్ఐసిని వాపస్ తీసుకుంటాం. పబ్లిక్ సెక్టర్నే ఆ ఎల్ఐసిని కొనసాగిస్తామని మనం చేస్తా ఉన్నాం.
तमिलनाडु का गवर्नर तमिलनाडु की सरकार को तंग कर रहा है, तेलंगाना का गवर्नर राव साहब को तंग कर रहा है, दिल्ली का गवर्नर मेरे को तंग कर रहा है, पंजाब का गवर्नर मान साहब को तंग कर रहा है। ये गवर्नर तंग नहीं कर रहे, मोदी साहब तंग कर रहे हैं।
अभी कल ही भारतीय जनता पार्टी की मीटिंग खत्म हुई है, अब तो वो स्वयं स्वीकार कर रही है कि अब 400 दिन हैं। जो सरकार अपने दिन गिनने लगे, जो सरकार अपने दिन बताने लगे, समझ लो ये 400 दिन बाद सरकार रुकने वाली नहीं है। अब तो 399 दिन बचे हैं।
Efforts are on to portray Hindi as the national language, while
sidelining all our native languages, be it Telugu or Tamil or Kannada or Malayalam or Bengali. Imposing Hindi by doing away with our mother tongues will affect the integrity of the nation.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the legitimate question on the Newshour is, will the Vipaksh, will the opposition be able to stitch together a complete unity in order to get the confidence of the people of India that they are in a position to govern India against Modi? Or will it be a Tuta Vipaksh versus Modi in 2024? That's the legitimate question, and that's the debate coming up on the other side on the Newshour tonight.
You're watching the Newshour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
And joining me tonight on the Newshour, Gaurav Bhatia, senior spokesperson of the BJP. Also with me, Kartik Reddy of the BRS, Bharat Rashtriya Samiti, Lokesh Jindal, Congress leader, and also joining me this evening is Vivek Silas of the Samajwadi Party. My first question goes to Mr. Kartik Reddy. Mr. Kartik Reddy, it's all very well for Mr. KCR to look beyond the northern parties, and BJP has a few challenges in the south. Everybody knows that. Is this attempt now to somehow get leaders together from the north, getting in Akhilesh and Kejriwal to join you because you are a successful party of the south, and try and create challenges for the BJP in the south? Is that the strategy, Mr. Reddy?
Good evening, Navika ji. Let's not take the Khammam meeting lightly. The reason I say this, Navika ji, is because we are calling this the single largest, biggest political development in the last decade of Indian politics. The reason I say this is, Navika ji, you have to notice this is the first of its kind meeting which has happened in the recent memory. Chief ministers of 4 different states, people belonging to different political parties, somehow ideologically identical, but yet people who have not ever worked before are coming together to form a new alliance, a new battlefront, is something this country has not seen in the last decade. And this is not for power, Navika ji. If you have completely understood what KCR Garu has said today at Khammam meeting, you would realize that he spoke more about women, he spoke more about the youth of this country, he spoke about the unemployment, he spoke about water, he spoke about power. He never spoke about power and why Modi should be brought down. He categorically stated, he said, it is not about power, it is about the country. It is what has happened and conspired to this country in the last 10 years. And what has to be done for the next 30 or 40 years for this country. We haven't spoken about power. It was all about what needs to be done to this nation. And as I said, please don't take us lightly. Please do not take the meeting, what has happened today at Khammam, lightly. We have brought out a new idea for this.
Not taking you lightly, Mr. Kartik Reddy. We are not taking you lightly at all. That's why it's the top debate on the Newshour, because we follow the political occurrences, the political positioning on the Newshour. And the Khammam meeting is a big development in the political positioning of political parties. But let me take the question to Mr. Gaurav Bhatia. Mr. Gaurav Bhatia, Kartik Reddy says this is not about power. We did not talk about bringing down Modi. So kya all of these political parties are here for Samaj Seva, social work? Are they getting together only to make this country a bigger one, which they can do even without contesting, at a political level? What is the message, and how do you respond to the position Mr. Kartik Reddy has taken?
Thank you, Navika. I'll definitely respond to Mr. Kartikeya. But before that, as everyone is aware, yesterday was the National Executive meeting that took place. And Modi ji, like a true leader, JP Nadda ji, like a true leader, we weren't talking about the crutches of other political parties. We were not talking about how we'll come together to, form power. Narendra Modi ji gave us a mantra, the mantra to serve the people of the country and take India to new heights. We were talking about our inherent strength of leadership, Shri Narendra Modi ji and JP Nadda ji, strength of ideology, that country first and the individual comes later, and the strength of our cadre, which is well prepared for all the assembly elections of 2023 and the Lok Sabha elections. On the other side, I just heard Kartikeya ji saying that don't take us lightly, but let us reflect. 2014 and 2019 they came together. I have a picture in my hand. He was talking about four political parties coming together. Here in this picture, Navika, there are more than 7-8 political parties who came together. What was the ultimate outcome? Narendra Modi ji was re-elected as the Prime Minister. It shows that you need cohesiveness. Second, there is an admission in all these people coming together, and the admission is this, Navika, that on their own, single-handedly, they can't take on the BJP. Therefore, they need such parties to come together. Second, the factionalism between the two groups. On one side, Rahul Gandhi is taking Bharat Jodo Yatra, and he invites Akhilesh Yadav. Akhilesh Yadav doesn't go there, but Akhilesh Yadav reaches where KC Rao invites him. What does it show? There are fragments and there are, fissures between the political formations also. Third and most importantly, I think, Modi ka magic hai, Rahul tragic hai. And why do I say that? Today, Congress leader Manpreet Badal joined the Bharatiya Janata Party. So what does it show? That on one side, Narendra Modi ji and BJP is gaining ground. On the other side, all these wasted cartridges, जिनको दगा कारतूस कहेंगे, ये लोग साथ आ रहे हैं. और ये कहना गलत नहीं होगा, टूटा विपक्ष, झूठा विपक्ष और रूठा विपक्ष. रूठा विपक्ष इसलिए कि नीतीश कुमार भी आज रूठे हुए, केसीआर जी ने उनको नहीं बुलाया. रूठे ओवैसी जी भी हैं कि उनको नहीं बुलाया गया, और रूठी ममता बनर्जी भी हैं कि उनको भी नहीं बुलाया. और झूठा इसलिए सरकार बनते ही 3 रुपए जो वैट है बढ़ा दिया हिमाचल प्रदेश में कांग्रेस पार्टी ने, इसलिए झूठा. तो टूटा, झूठा और रूठा विपक्ष.
Well, let me get in Lokesh Jindal ji. Lokesh Jindal ji, Manpreet Badal joining. Many people have left since the Bharat Jodo Yatra has, begun its yatra from Kerala right up to Jammu and Kashmir. But the question here is, जुड़ तो कुछ नहीं रहा, आपके अपने लोग तो जा ही रहे हैं. On the other side, there is response that is going to other political fronts, like the KCR rally today in Khammam. But the same leaders who were given an invitation by the Congress have not wanted to go and join the Congress. And Akhilesh Yadav told me, ये उनकी पार्टी का आंदोलन है, I wish him luck. But this is not a national alternative, which means the Congress party no longer in a position to become a fulcrum of an opposition alliance, and that's where Tuta Vipaksh, and the Congress unable to get people together on its own name, that's going to be the undoing of the opposition.
Yesterday, yes, there was an executive meet of BJP, and today also the Prime Minister has given certain statements. And based upon that, what analysis we get is this time the voters are not going to vote for, but it will be voting against the leadership. And this is very well sensed by the BJP higher command, because that's why the Prime Minister is saying we need to create an environment of positivity. He's telling his cadres that reach out to the minorities, reach out to the marginalized, reach out to the vulnerable, because he knows what he has done to the society and to the economy. Now when Rahul Gandhi ji is carrying out the Bharat Jodo Yatra right from Kanyakumari till Kashmir, he has brought about a social cohesion amongst all these marginalized communities. That is what is troubling the BJP government now. And this KCR front, they are going for their first experience
Is it troubling the opposition too? Is it troubling the opposition too? Because the opposition hasn't invited Rahul Gandhi.
This KCR meeting that occurred in Khammam, they were only talking about governor issue. They are only talking about issues relating to their own problems. Were they talking about the problems of the masses? Were they telling what is the economy going through? Were they telling what the farmers are going through? What form of roadmap they are going to come about with? What about the pension scheme? Nothing. What they are telling is with governor हमको तंग कर रहा है, governor मोदी जी तंग कर रहे हैं, and all. Now these forms of do not work at the national stage. Now this particular strategy of the KCR-led
there it is, the fissures, the divisions, and let me get in Vivek Silas at this point. Well, as they say, Lokesh Jindal ji, QED हो गया. आपने प्रूव कर दिया कि ऑपोजिशन इकट्ठा हो ही नहीं सकती. एंड कार्तिक रेड्डी जी, यू हर्ड फ्रॉम द कांग्रेस. आपका अपना एजेंडा आप करिए, उनका अपना एजेंडा है वो करेंगे. एंड दैट इज द कॉमन प्लेटफॉर्म दैट आई एम सेइंग.
There is an inherent problem with the Congress. The problem with them is they do not realize that they are losing trust of this country, and they have lost the trust of this country, and day by day the leadership is losing trust. It doesn't make sense. People like Lokesh coming here, sitting on national television. आप तो पूरा भाषण पहला सुनना था. हमारा एजेंडा क्या था? हम सत्ता के बारे में आज बात नहीं कर रहे थे, प्रधानमंत्री के बारे में बात नहीं कर रहे थे. इस देश, the problems this country is going through, the issues, the real issues, the issues with women, the issues with youth, the issues with water. If you have followed the meeting properly, completely, you would have understood. Lokesh, I think you should suggest to your leadership, and I'm telling you this as a congressman who have contested, excuse me, एक मिनट सुनिए, मेरी पूरी बात सुनिए. आपका प्रश्न सुनिए, एक मिनट मेरी बात सुनिए, एक मिनट मेरा सुनिए. एक राष्ट्र में एक समस्या रहेंगी. सुनिए मेरी बात. आप हम दोनों बीच में लड़ने से कुछ फायदा नहीं रहेगा. आपका लीडरशिप को आप समझाइए.
लोकेश जिंदल जी, सुन तो लीजिए विपक्ष की बात. मोदी जी की बात नहीं है, विपक्ष की बात है. सुन तो लीजिए.
आप आपके नेता को पहले जिम्मेदारी उठाने के लिए बोल दीजिए. ना बनना चाहते ये पार्टी के प्रेसिडेंट, ना बनना चाहते लोकसभा के अपोजिशन लीडर. अगर कल आपकी पार्टी सत्ता में आएगी भी तो प्रधानमंत्री भी नहीं बनना चाहेंगे. सुनिए लोकेश जी, हम आज बीजेपी से लड़ना चाह रहे हैं. आप सुनिए. हम हमारी देखने वाले थे, आप ही तो सुनाए दिए हमारे बारे में. See, the problem with Congress party, Navika ji, there is an inherent problem with the party. They assume that Congress party's natural right is to be in power, and the nation has taught them very well. And let me tell you, I do not know how experienced Lokesh is in working in the party. I have worked in that party for a decade and a half. I contested as a Lok Sabha candidate in that party. So I know the internal workings of Congress party. And I'm trying to tell you, the leadership is still on cloud nine. It is time they come down.
When people like you,
मेरे जैसे बहुत सारे गए.
Well, Lokesh Jindal ji,
nice.
Lokesh Jindal ji, calm down. Gaurav Bhatia ji. अच्छा ठीक है, गौरव भाटिया जी स्ट्रांग होते तो बहुत जगह राज्यों में आपकी सरकारें नजर आती. पर गौरव भाटिया, that is the opposition that you are seeing, and that is what people of India are seeing.
Navika, how unfortunate it is. Opposition doesn't mean oppose Narendra Modi ji. We can't even have a responsible opposition. We can't even have an opposition that can agree amongst themselves to make suggestions to the government and write on your program. I would only like to add a line to that. मोदी जी से ये क्या टकराएंगे, अपने मतभेदों से ही चूर चूर हो जाएंगे. Because they don't need any party to demolish them. They will demolish, they will decimate, they will destroy each other by the lust they have for power. And the second, today's show was a flop show, and two things were very, very clear. One was the dynasty that Akhilesh Yadav and KC Rao actually represent, and the second was the corruption. You remember Arvind Kejriwal making tall claims earlier saying that, all these leaders are corrupt. Today he's seen standing with them. So, what is the compulsion of Mr. Arvind Kejriwal? And they don't have a face. If you ask them a question, who is the leader who will take on the challenge and the mantle to challenge Narendra Modi ji, who's the tallest leader in the world today? They can't even agree on that. How will they fight the cohesiveness and the strong ideology of the BJP?
Let me answer.
That is what we are trying to do. That is what.
Well, let me get in Vivek Silas. Vivek Silas.
Good luck to you.
Yes, Vivek Silas, my question to you is very simple. You can of course try to make an opposition alliance. Of course, the opposition is well within its rights. But what is the credibility of this alliance? Akhilesh Yadav, your Samajwadi Party's entire vote bank is based on minority appeasement and a certain section of the community. And today, when this yatra or this morcha is opened in Khammam, you start from a puja in a mandir. So Vivek Silas, आप है क्या, आप है कौन, आपकी आइडियोलॉजी क्या है, और क्या चुनाव के वक्त राम याद आते हैं, कृष्ण आपको सपने में आने लगते हैं? ये कन्वीनियंट हिंदुइज्म, इज दैट द ओनली फॉर्मूला यू हैव?
No, ma'am. Good evening. Not at all. I would like to respond that Gaurav Bhatia right now said about opposition, jhoota vipaksh and toota vipaksh. That is what he said. But today, if you see what is happening within the Bharatiya Janata Party, is there's no one with the Bharatiya Janata Party. All the allies have left the Bharatiya Janata Party. Even the Reddy brothers in Karnataka have left the Bharatiya Janata Party. Why? Because they know what is going to happen in 2024. And next thing Gaurav Bhatia said is, it is so unfortunate. Yes, Mr. Bhatia, it's very, very unfortunate that today the Honorable Prime Minister said that people are seeing sports as a career. And I am very, very thankful to Times Now and Navika ji, your channel. What happened today, there was a time when people used to go and agitate at the, Jantar Mantar, the farmers used to go, the political parties used to go. But today, our Olympians are going, the ladies are going who have brought India proud. They have won gold medal for India in the Commonwealth Games, in the Asiads, and even in the Olympics. And they are being sexually assaulted and, they have been threatened of life. By whom? A member of parliament from the Bharatiya Janata Party, Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh, who is also the chairman of the Indian Wrestling Federation. What do you have to say about that? It is so incredibly shocking that. What will you respond? What will you respond? What do you have to say about that? Let me finish. Look, there are many things that are going to crop up in this election. I don't want to go in 2014 where whatever Prime Minister Modi said. But yes, he said to the country that give me 10 years, and the country has very benevolently given him 10 years. Now the country has realized that the Bharatiya Janata Party is just unable to deliver on poverty, on inflation, on unemployment, on farmers issue, and even the drooping economy, the price rise, there are many issues. And for 2022, what Modi ji had promised, nothing has been done so far. He said every Indian will have a house of his own. He said there will be bullet trains running. He said there would be 100 smart cities in the country.
All right. Many questions.
There's nowhere to be seen. It is nowhere to be seen.
Allow Gaurav Bhatia to respond to all of these questions. Gaurav Bhatia, respond to all of these issues.
Brij Bhushan Singh को कब निकाल रहे हैं भाटिया जी? भाटिया जी, ब्रिज भूषण सिंह को कब निकाल रहे हैं?
देखिए, सबसे पहले
जल्दी बताइए।
शांत कर।
जिन पे सेक्सुअल
सबसे पहले तो इनकी
सेक्सुअल ओके, ऑल राइट, प्लीज अलाउ टू रिस्पॉन्ड।
टू बी क्वाइट, दे हैव दिस इशू।
आपका मेंबर ऑफ पार्लियामेंट है।
ओके, Vivek Silas ji, please, I expect decorum on the panel. You've raised questions. Allow Gaurav Bhatia ji to answer them.
देखिए नाविका जी, अभी चुनाव हुए थे उत्तर प्रदेश में। मैं एक तस्वीर दिखाता हूं। आज आधुनिक युग के मुंगेरी लाल हैं अखिलेश यादव, और यहाँ पे गजनी बैठे, इनकी याददाश्त गई है। अखिलेश यादव का वक्तव्य था, उन्होंने कहा 300 से शांत अखिलेश यादव ने कहा था उत्तर प्रदेश चुनाव में 300 से एक भी सीट नहीं है कम, 10 मार्च को प्रचंड बहुमत से जीत रहे हैं हम। जनता ने बोला कोने हटो, तुम में नहीं है दम। याद रखिएगा ये। सेकंड, he made a point, he said there are no allies with us, but he forgets on our own we command a majority, 303 seats. Maybe you want to become a Mahathakbandhan of 303 parties, and if you total the seats, they will not even come up to 100, 150. But we, on our own strength, have 303 seats. Third, let's not forget the Mahathakbandhans they have done. You remember, Navika? 2017 elections, Samajwadi Party and Congress Party came together. What happened? The Bharatiya Janata Party got the mandate because people of Uttar Pradesh and the country believe in Narendra Modi ji and Yogi Adityanath ji respectively. In 2019 election, SP and BSP came together. Akhilesh Yadav and Mayawati, where are they today? They are nowhere together. It shows politics of convenience. Now let's go to Assam. Remember the alliance of the Congress with the AIUDF? Are they together now? They are not. In West Bengal, Congress and left and Furfura Sharif came together. How many seats did they get? 1. Congress got 0. What does it show? These convenient alliances that they have, this does not inspire the confidence of the people. And Narendra Modi ji is the leader who has delivered. He has delivered to the poor.
The other charge, please respond, Gaurav Bhatia, because I'm short of time. The sexual harassment charge that has been put, please respond to that. 1 minute. The sexual harassment charge of the Olympian girls. It's a big issue of concern. Respond to that charge.
It is.
Navika, to that I would very responsibly say that she is our sister too, and there is a law and order thing. The law needs to take its own course and justice will be done. But to make premature remarks on a national television without knowing the facts would definitely not be the right way to go about it. So we should wait for the investigation to take place. The charges are there. There is a machinery that will be in action, and the guilty, if any, will be.
Well. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no taking away from the fact that Prime Minister Narendra Modi has been and for years topped the charts as far as being the most popular leader from India is concerned. And I'm talking about, compare him with any leader of any time in India, and his popularity has only grown, not reduced in the last few years that he has been in power. And many of such surveys have shown this. The question is 10 years time enough for anti-incumbency? Can the opposition sense a ray of hope, a chance for themselves to try and challenge Narendra Modi? And if coming together on a single platform is the agenda, are they being able to put up a credible opposition alliance? Because right now, even the Khambam rally did not have Nitish Kumar and Mamata Banerjee. Rahul Gandhi inviting another 21 parties just few days from now in Jammu and Kashmir is also not getting so far the desired response. Where is it this going to go? We don't know. Time will tell us. But as we freeze and snow is beginning to fall here in Davos, I'm going to scoot inside. But before I go and before I thank all my panelists, viewers, I want you to sit back and catch this interview with the Telangana Big Minister KTR, son of Chief Minister KCR Rao, the political agenda, the economic agenda, KTR on the Newshour, coming up on the other side. Hello and welcome to this interaction which is happening after a long time, and joining me tonight is Mr. KTR, the bigwig from Telangana, the man who's representing Telangana at Davos, the industries minister and what have you. KTR, सवाल सीधा है, the question is very simple. There is a lot of presence of India, Indians and states who are making a new pitch at Davos. What is the state story which is beyond the India story that you want to bring to Davos?
Firstly, thank you, Navika, for this opportunity. In fact, one of the things I tell all the investors is, when we meet them, when we talk to them, the whole India opportunity, the optimistic outlook towards India is something that has been talked about for a long time, but something that has not been tapped into. So the first thing I tell all my potential investors, prospective investors, is that choosing the right gateway into India is important, because your experience of India, your outlook towards India, or your basic vision of India will be hinged on which gateway you choose to enter through. The reason why I say this is because if you think about investment scenario, while the overarching foreign trade agreements, free trade agreements, foreign direct investment related issues and trade barriers, etc., are in the domain of government of India, the rest of the action is all in the domain of the states. So if you are setting up a factory, land, power, manpower, water, electricity, fiscal incentives, everything literally is in the hands of the states. So while government of India is doing its bit, I think it's important that the world chooses the right kind of gateway, and therefore you see about 5 or 6 states displaying their abilities, their positioning and their strengths most importantly, and trying to catch the attention of the investor community in the world. This is my 5th time in Davos, and I'm super happy that we have been able to establish Telangana as a name to reckon with in the sense of being a gateway into India. And we've made a lot of connections, we've made a lot of friends here who continue to visit us, continue to create more business opportunities and more employment to the local youth of Telangana.
Real investment or conversations as of now?
Well, हम लोग वाइब्रेंट वाले समिट नहीं करते हैं जहाँ MOU साइन होती है और कुछ आगे जाके कुछ नहीं होता है. हम लोग रियल वर्ल्ड डील करते हैं और जो बिजनेस हम लाते हैं उसको the investments into Telangana in the last 8.5 years have been $47 billion, out of which 80% have been grounded. We have created 2.1 million, that is 21 lakh job potential directly, and we have given more than 22,000 clearances through the TSI Pass industrial policy, which is one of its kind in India, where self-certification is allowed. Anybody can hit the ground running, start construction of your factory on day one. Deemed approval system is in place, and all of this backed by statute. So there's no other Indian state which allows for deemed approvals, which penalizes bureaucrats to the tune of 1,000 rupees per day. So these are the USPs of Telangana, and of course our strengths. In life sciences, we are the leaders in India. We produce 33%, 1/3 of global vaccines. We are also home to the largest number of US FDA approved manufacturing facilities anywhere in the world for a single province. Outside of Telangana, which is 214 manufacturing units US FDA approved, the second largest is in New Jersey, 189. So Telangana is a leader in life sciences, not just in India. It is a leader in the world. It's an important hub, and therefore we've announced, along with the World Economic Forum, a Center for Fourth Industrial Revolution focused exclusively on life sciences and healthcare, because everybody is thinking about life sciences. The other thing I'll also tell you, Navika, not only life sciences. Telangana is a leader in information technology. We have the who's who of the world. Amazon's world's largest campus is not in Seattle, it's in Hyderabad. The second largest campuses of Google, Apple, Meta, Uber, Microsoft, Salesforce, ServiceNow, Micron, Qualcomm, Medtronic, Novartis, all of them are in Hyderabad. What I say about Hyderabad when I meet people from outside of India is, or even Indians, is Hyderabad is where north of India meets the south of India. Hyderabad is where paratha meets dosa. Hyderabad is where biology meets technology. Hyderabad is where life sciences marries data sciences. Hyderabad is where Mangoverse meets Metaverse. So my story, my state story is compelling, not in the sense of attracting investments alone. We have done some truly marquee things. We have built the world's largest lift irrigation project in a span of 4 years. हम लोग Three Gorges Dam की बात करते हैं, Chinese execution की बात करते हैं, but Indian engineers की काबिलियत, Indian governments की काबिलियत, 1 लाख करोड़ हमने खर्च किया, $12 billion. 4 साल में हमने दुनिया का सबसे बड़ा लिफ्ट इरिगेशन को हमने कंप्लीट किया, जिस वजह से आज 45 लाख एकर्स कल्टीवेशन में आ गया. अगर आपको एक सेंटेंस में कहना है, तेलंगाना का पैडी प्रोडक्शन था 2014 में 68 लाख मेट्रिक टन्स. 2022 में तेलंगाना का पैडी प्रोडक्शन है 3.5 करोड़. So there's a 500% jump, and this is what Telangana stories, that's why I call my state the most successful startup of independent India in the last 75 years.
आपने जो कुछ कहा, बहुत सी उपलब्धियां हैं, a lot of achievements for तेलंगाना, लेकिन आपकी बातों से झलक रहा है competitive federalism, और आपने कहा पराठा मीट्स डोसा, हैदराबाद वो जगह है, तो मैं पराठा मीट्स डोसा के बीच में ये कहूँगी कि सेंट्रल पॉलिटिक्स यानी बीजेपी वर्सेस द रेस्ट, जिसकी एक जद्दोजहद आपके पिताजी और चीफ मिनिस्टर ऑफ तेलंगाना केसीआर जी ने किया है, आज रैली भी हो रही है इंडिया में, तो वहाँ पराठा वर्सेस डोसा है और मोदी वर्सेस केसीआर भी।
नहीं, हमारे यहाँ पराठा ही नहीं, ढोकला भी मिलता है। हमारे यहाँ गुजराती भी है, पंजाबी भी है, सिंधी भी है, महाराष्ट्रियन है, कर्नाटक कन्नडिगास है, हर कोई ऐसी सिंपल बात है नाविका। मेरे हिसाब से हिंदुस्तान में, खासकर हिंदुस्तान में, क्योंकि 1987 में इंडिया और चाइना का इकोनॉमी साइज सेम था। आज 35 साल के बाद अगर मुड़ के वापस देखते हैं, चाइना पहुंच गया $16 ट्रिलियन पे, इंडिया अभी रह गया ख्वाब देखते देखते 5 ट्रिलियन आएगा, 22 में हो जाएगा, आज हम लोग 3 ट्रिलियन पे हैं। कहाँ वो और कहाँ हम? क्या हुआ 35 साल में? क्या गड़बड़ आ गया? तो मैं बस बात यही कहना चाहता हूँ, पॉलिटिक्स कैन वेट, पॉलिटिक्स कैन वेट। आखिरी जो 6 महीना होता है ना, उसमें पॉलिटिक्स करना चाहिए, बाकी 4.5 साल मिलकर काम करना चाहिए। कि जो टीम इंडिया की बात हुई थी, जो सबका साथ सबका विकास की बात हुई थी, I wish it was real. I wish it actually translated into something good. Unfortunately, in India, the discussion is not centered on topics that are of consequence, that are important for the nation. See, we are a young country. 50% of our country is less than the age of 27. 65% of our country is less than the age of 35. किस बात पे चर्चा होना चाहिए? Employment, investment opportunities, किसको नौकरी मिल रही है, क्या चल रहा है, उस बात पे बात ही नहीं होता है. Highest unemployment in 30 years. Highest inflation in 45 years, highest LPG price in the world, cylinder price in the world, highest, worst, currency value in terms of dollar, 82 rupees. जब 60 पे थी, बहुत चिल्लाया चीखा उन्होंने, बड़े बड़े आवाज में बहुत कुछ बोला, आज नहीं बोलते हैं। तो बस बात यही है नाविका कि हम भारत सरकार के साथ मिलके हमने 7 साल काम किया, पर जब लोग वो वादा जो उन्होंने किया था, तेलंगाना जो नई राज्य बनी थी, वो नहीं निभाते हैं, और ना सिर्फ ना ही निभाते हैं बल्कि बदनाम करने की कोशिश करते हैं राज्य को जो इतना अच्छा परफॉर्म कर रहा है। अगर मैं एक सेंटेंस में आपको बोलूं, आज जैसा तेलंगाना ने परफॉर्म किया पिछले 8 साढ़े 8 साल में, 15% हमारी CAGR है, बाकी हिंदुस्तान भी ऐसे ही काम करता तो आज हिंदुस्तान 5 ट्रिलियन इकोनॉमी होता। सिंपल बात है। बाकी जो हमारे हमको छोड़ के जो 27 स्टेट्स हैं, उनकी परफॉर्मेंस अगर हमारी रेंज में होती तो जरूर ये कामयाब हो जाता 5 ट्रिलियन वाली जो ड्रीम है।
KTR ji, I understand that opposition ruled states have their own stories and nobody can take.
No, it's not my story. It's RBI's story, Navika. In fact, 1,24,000 rupees was my per capita in 2014. According to RBI, Reserve Bank of India, which reports to Government of India, our per capita is 2,78,000 rupees. But दुर्भाग्य की बात यह है कि उत्तर प्रदेश के जो मुख्यमंत्री हैं, जिनकी पर कैपिटा 75,000 कुछ है, वो आके हमें सिखाने लगते हैं कि सरकार कैसे चलाना है, क्या करना चाहिए। मुसीबत इस बात की है कि जो लोग नहीं परफॉर्म करते हैं, जो लोग अपने राज्य में कुछ नहीं कर पाते हैं, हमें आके सिखाने की कोशिश करते हैं। वी आर द फर्स्ट स्टेट इन इंडिया टू हैव कंप्लीटेड अ ड्रिंकिंग वाटर प्रोजेक्ट, 40,000 करोड़ खर्च करके हर घर हमने नल दिया। उसकी बात न प्रधानमंत्री करते हैं, न भारत सरकार करती है। हाँ, अवार्ड दे देते हैं, जल जीवन मिशन में कोई ऑफिसर दे देता है, वो अलग बात है। बट मसला इस बात का है, 20 अत्युत्तम ग्राम पंचायती, विलेज पंचायत कहाँ पे है जब उसकी तुलना होती है? 19 तेलंगाना के हैं सांसद आदर्श ग्रामीण योजना में। जब स्वच्छ सर्वेक्षण होता है म्यूनिसिपैलिटीज में, हाईएस्ट नंबर ऑफ अवार्ड्स हमें मिलता है। एक तरफ अवार्ड्स देते हैं, पैसे तो देते नहीं, वो अलग बात है, अवार्ड तो मिलता है, फिर गाली गलौज सुनने को मिलता है, तब बुरा लगता है।
लेकिन KTR जी, लोग ये भी कहेंगे कि हैदराबाद आंध्रा का जब हिस्सा हुआ करता था तेलंगाना बनने से पहले, वो तब भी एक IT हब था, तब भी बहुत सी कंपनियां आई थी। आपको ये विरासत में मिला है और आज आप इसे अपनी हैदराबाद तेलंगाना स्टोरी बता रहे हैं, इस क्रिटिसिज्म के बारे में आप क्या कहें?
बिल्कुल जवाब दूंगा मैं आपको। थोड़ा मैं हिस्ट्री में थोड़ा और पीछे ले जाता हूँ। 1947 में जब पूरा हिंदुस्तान को आज़ादी मिली, हैदराबाद स्टेट को नहीं मिली थी, एक साल बाद हमें मिली। हम 1948 सितंबर 17 को आज़ाद हुए, तब भी तेलंगाना सरप्लस स्टेट था। जिस दिन हैदराबाद स्टेट आज़ाद हुआ तब भी हम आज़ाद थे। जिस दिन 1952 में हमारी एक ज़बरदस्ती शादी हुई थी आंध्रा के साथ, तब भी हम सरप्लस थे। 68 में जब पहली बार एक आंदोलन चला, तब भी हम सरप्लस थे। आई एम नॉट सेइंग दिस ऑन माई ओन, देर आर केस स्टडीज बाय द फाइनेंस सेक्रेटरी देन BPR विटल जी, जो संजय बारू के पिताजी हैं, उन्होंने लिखा है। फिर 2001 में जब आंदोलन फिर से चालू हो गया, तब भी सरप्लस है। तो ऐसा नहीं है कि किसी ने आके हैदराबाद को बनाया। हैदराबाद की जो हिस्ट्री है 440 पुरानी हिस्ट्री है। तो हैदराबाद इज ऑलवेज बीन अ वेरी रिच स्टेट। इनफैक्ट द देन रूलर ऑफ हैदराबाद, निजाम, was featured on Time magazine's cover as the richest man in the world. Hyderabad had its own airport. Hyderabad had its own currency in the princely state. Hyderabad had its own first railway line. Much before Chennai and other cities in India got electricity, Hyderabad was the first city to be electrified in 1908. तो अगर कोई किसी को लगता है कि हमें विरासत में कुछ मिला है, हाँ किसी हद तक सही है, बट मैं आपको एक और बात भी आज बोलना चाहता हूँ। हमें जब विरासत में हैदराबाद मिली थी तो हमारी IT एक्सपोर्ट्स थे 57,000 करोड़। पिछले साल जून तक हमारी IT एक्सपोर्ट्स 1,83,000 करोड़ तक बढ़े, मतलब 300% हमारी बढ़त है। पूरे हिंदुस्तान की ग्रोथ रेट जब 9% थी, हमारी 16% है। तो इसमें हमारी भी तो कोई ना कुछ, बाकी छोड़िए, बट कोई ना कुछ कंट्रीब्यूशन हमारी तो है। हम ये नहीं कह रहे हैं कि हैदराबाद हमने बनाया।
फॉर श्योर कंट्रीब्यूशन है, लेकिन लेट मी कम बैक टू द पॉलिटिक्स एंड नेशनल पॉलिटिक्स. You said yourself just now that politics should happen in the last 6 months in the run-up to elections. But today, 400 days before that election, it is in Hyderabad, in Khammam, in Telangana, where your father, the chief minister, is holding an opposition rally, getting all forces together, of course, other than Mr. Rahul Gandhi. Don't you think opposition also is in a hurry to make a poll which is an anti-Modi poll, and the first mover's advantage will make that person the prime ministerial challenger?
Navika, let me say this in a very, very straight, in a straight shooting manner. In an ideal world, politics should only happen in the last 6 months. In an ideal world, unfortunately, now the party that runs government of India is in a 24/7 election mode, which we all know. एक दिन एक इलेक्शन हो जाता है, अगले दिन फिर दूसरे जगह रैली चालू हो जाती है. अब मजबूरन हमें भी we have to also step up. The second point I'll try to make. प्रॉब्लम आज हिंदुस्तान में ये है कि लोग ज़्यादा मैजिक में विश्वास करने लगे हैं और कम लॉजिक में. तो हमें कभी ना कभी थोड़ा बाहर निकल के समझाना पड़ेगा कि देश की जो आज स्थिति है, जहां आज हमारी देश की महिलाएं हाईएस्ट सिलेंडर प्राइस दुनिया में, पूरे दुनिया में सबसे ज़्यादा सिलेंडर प्राइस पे करती हैं हमारी महिलाएं, बताना पड़ेगा उनको. हमारे युवा जिनको आज अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट नहीं मिलते, और NSSO की फिगर से, मेरे नहीं, हाईएस्ट अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट है, उसके बारे में भी चर्चा करना पड़ेगा, बताना पड़ेगा लोगों को. और हाईएस्ट इन्फ्लेशन है 30 ईयर्स में, उसके बारे में बात करना होगा. साथ ही साथ सबसे अहम बात, जो बात मोदी जी ने CM के नाते किया था कि एक इनएफिशिएंट, करप्ट, इनकॉम्पिटेंट सरकार दिल्ली में बैठी है, इसलिए आज डॉलर 60 रुपया हो गया. आज हम पूछना चाहते हैं, लोगों को बताना चाहते हैं, अगर एक इनएफिशिएंट, करप्ट और इनकॉम्पिटेंट गवर्नमेंट तब चला रही थी और इसलिए 60 हो गया, आज 83 हो गया, पता नहीं 100 भी, ज़रूर सेंचुरी तो मारेंगे मोदी जी, पक्का है, मुझे तो यकीन है. तो फिर कौन इनकॉम्पिटेंट है, कौन इनएफिशिएंट है, कौन करप्ट है, इस बारे में भी तो चर्चा होना चाहिए. आज हिंदुस्तान में क्या हो रहा है कि इस बात के बारे में कोई चर्चा नहीं करना चाहता. हाउ इनएफिशिएंट दिस प्राइम मिनिस्टर इज, हाउ इनएफेक्टिव ही हैज बीन, हाउ इनकॉम्पिटेंट ही इज, इस बात पे कोई चर्चा नहीं करता है. और सबसे अहम बात यह है नाविका, मोदी जी से पहले 14 प्रधानमंत्री थे. 14 प्रधानमंत्री ने मिलकर 56 लाख करोड़ का डेट रेज किया था हिंदुस्तान का. एक मोदी जी ने सिंगल हैंडेडली 8 साल में 100 लाख करोड़ का डेट उन्होंने एडिशनली ऐड किया। उस वजह से क्या हुआ, आज हर एक हिंदुस्तान में हर एक बच्चे पे 1,25,000 रुपया का डेट आ गया। इस बारे में कोई बोलता नहीं है। तो जरूर ये सब बताने के लिए कभी का एक बार ऑपोजिशन को भी आवाज उठाना पड़ेगा। अब मीडिया सुनाएगी ना सुनाएगी उनकी अपनी पॉलिसी है, बट we have to at least appeal to the people, and that's our right.
Of course, it's your right, but you know, facts.
And I hope you show all this.
No editing happening here, but the fact is, when you talk about unemployment, yes, there is unemployment, and it is an issue for the country. But look at the opposition ruled states. Unemployment.
I'm not here to speak on behalf of the opposition. I'm only here to speak on behalf of Telangana, where we have performed and outperformed the rest of the country.
Then when you're talking about cylinder prices, there is an Ujjwala Yojana which takes care of gas cylinders.
I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but the point is, the Ujjwala Yojana has been a disaster. It helped Modi ji win one election. Today, the same ladies who had taken the cylinder from Modi ji, in fact, you can go back and look in YouTube. The same lady who got a cylinder in Uttar Pradesh from Modi ji is now अपना cooking तो कर रही हो, अपना क्या बोलते हैं उसको, लकड़ी के जरिए they're doing it that way. So the point is,
inflation.
Madam,
UPA government saw double-digit inflation. Today, the WPI is at about 5.7 odd.
Whatever jugglery anybody does, the fact is the highest inflation in the last 30 years is under Prime Minister Modi. Highest unemployment in the last 45 years is under Prime Minister Modi. Highest cylinder price in the world is India. Highest devaluation of currency is the worst performing currency in Asia. Asia is rupee. And who's responsible for this? Either Narendra Modi ji or Nirmala Sitharaman ji. Whoever wants to take the blame, let them take it.
Well, Mr. KTR, then let me just ask you the final question. And the final question on this is that Bharat Jodo Yatra bhi hai. That is also making people aware of all of this. ये जो कमम और भारत जोड़ो में कोई संधि possible, any alliance possible, or is KCR?
I think संधि हो गई है भारत जोड़ो और गुजरात के बीच में, क्योंकि जब गुजरात में इलेक्शन होता है, राहुल गांधी जी पता नहीं गुजरात छोड़ के इधर की तरफ मुड़ गए, पता नहीं किसी को समझ नहीं आया आज तक। इलेक्शन हो रहा है गुजरात में एक राज्य का, जो कि मोदी जी का खुद का होम स्टेट है, और राहुल जी वहाँ चलना नहीं चाहते हैं, पता नहीं क्यों, क्या मैसेज देना चाहते हैं वो कांग्रेस के वर्करों को वहाँ पे। आज इतनी बुरी तरह से हार गए गुजरात में, अब पता नहीं पूरे देश में क्या संदेश देना चाहते हैं। राहुल जी शुरू हो गए केरला में, गोवा में कांग्रेस के 8 MLA चल के बीजेपी में शामिल हो गए। तो मैं तो बस यही कहूँगा कि पहले राहुल जी को करना चाहिए कांग्रेस जोड़ो वाला यात्रा, भारत जोड़ो तो छोड़ो, बाकी लोग बहुत है काबिल लोग। मैं बस इतना ही कहूँगा कि अगर कोई अंडरस्टैंडिंग है, अगर कोई आज देश में कोई किसी के साथ मिला कुछ है, तो शायद वो प्रिंसिपल ऑपोजिशन और मोदी जी के बीच में। बिकॉज वाई वुड यू नॉट कैंपेन?
ऑपोजिशन आप किसको कहेंगे?
जो लोकसभा मानती है उसको बोल रहा हूँ मैं, और किसको बोलूंगा? लोकसभा में जो सेक्रेटरी जनरल से पूछ लीजिए, जिसको दर्जा दिया गया प्रिंसिपल ऑपोजिशन का, उसी से बात कीजिए आप। मैं क्या कह रहा हूँ, आज गुजरात में ना चलने की कोई वजह, कोई खास कारण बता पाएंगे?
हिमाचल भी नहीं गए पर जीत गए।
वेल, कभी का एक बार होता है गलती, बट द पॉइंट इज एट दिस पॉइंट इन टाइम टू सी द पार्टी विच इज सपोज टू बी विच फील्स अ सेंस ऑफ एंटाइटलमेंट कि हमारा जागीर है ये देश। मैं बस उनसे यही पूछना चाहता हूं कि अगर लड़ना है तो ठीक से लड़ो, अगर नहीं लड़ना है तो बता दो देश को, क्योंकि इलेक्शन यहाँ पे होता है, आप कहीं और चल रहे हो। ये लोग पूरा देख रहे हैं, जनता पूरी देख रही है।
केसीआर जी नीतीश कुमार को भी मिले थे।
हर किसी को मिलते हैं, क्यों नहीं मिलेंगे?
अब वो नीतीश कुमार शामिल नहीं है। नीतीश कुमार के लोग कह रहे हैं कि वो भी प्रधानमंत्री बनने के लिए योग्य है।
नाविका जी, कोई प्रधानमंत्री बने या ना बने उससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, क्योंकि पोजीशन बदलने से, कोई आदमी का पद बदलने से देश नहीं बदलेगा। 2014 से पहले बहुत सारे कहानियां सुने गए थे कि देश बदल जाएगा, मैजिक हो जाएगा, गुजरात की जो विकास मॉडल है अमृतकाल यहाँ पे भी आ जाएगा। कहा अच्छे दिन आएंगे। किसके अच्छे दिन आए? 20 लाख करोड़ की पैकेज थी कोरोना के बाद में, कहाँ गया 20 लाख करोड़ पैकेज? 15 लाख सबके बारे में बात हुई थी। तो मैं क्या कह रहा हूँ, ये जो पूरा ख्वाब दिखाया गया, एक हसीन ख्वाब, एक रंगीन ख्वाब, आज वो पूरा पिघलता हुआ नजर आ रहा है सारी हिंदुस्तान को। सो जो भी ये हिंदुस्तान, जो भी हिंदू मुस्लिम एजेंडा के पीछे, पोलराइजेशन के पीछे छुप के वार करना चाहते हैं, उनको मैं बता दूं कि वी विल सेट द नैरेटिव, वी विल हेल्प द पीपल अंडरस्टैंड दैट द इश्यूज दैट नीड टू बी फोकस्ड ऑन आर रियल इश्यूज which are holding India back. I just told you about China. 87 के बाद चाइना एक जूम पे चला गया, फास्ट ट्रैक पे चला गया, आज दुनिया का दूसरा बड़ा ताकत बन गया। 35 साल कम थे क्या कि हिंदुस्तान में ठीक है, छोड़िए अगर कांग्रेस ने कुछ किया नहीं, पर ये भी तो 8-9 साल से हैं, क्या किए हैं? एक अचीवमेंट दिखा दीजिए, 100 लाख करोड़ डेट रेस करके एक ऐसी प्रोजेक्ट मुझे दिखा दीजिए एक गवर्नमेंट ने जो किया, जो दुनिया के सामने हमें बहुत खूबसूरत दिखाया, बताइए मुझे।
केटीआर जी, सवाल छोटा और बहुत शार्प है। क्या 2024 बैटल, डू यू थिंक द ऑपोजिशन हैज अ चांस in realizing its objective?
I am not here as a spokesperson for opposition. I can speak for my party, and I can only tell you that our leader, who has performed exceedingly well in Telangana, is wanting to ask the question to the rest of the country. अगर 4 साल में दुनिया का सबसे बड़ा लिफ्ट इरिगेशन प्रोजेक्ट एक छोटा राज्य तेलंगाना कर सकता है, तो हिंदुस्तान में बाकी जगह क्यों नहीं काम हो रहा है? अगर एक 4 साल में हिंदुस्तान की एक छोटी राज्य तेलंगाना हर घर नल के सहित पानी दे सकता है, बाकी जगह क्यों नहीं दे रहे हैं? अगर तेलंगाना में आज बिजली हम लोग मुफ्त में फार्मर को दे रहे हैं, तो बाकी हिंदुस्तान में क्यों नहीं दे पा रहे हैं? तेलंगाना एक तरफ निवेश अट्रैक्ट कर रहा है, दूसरी तरफ एग्रीकल्चर भी बढ़ा रहा है, हिंदुस्तान में बाकी जगह क्यों ये नहीं काम होता? हम सीधी सवाल यही पूछ रहे हैं आज हिंदुस्तान के बाकी राज्यों से और जितने भी बड़े बड़े महान नायक हैं सबसे, कि ये बात करना, भाषणबाजी बहुत आसान है, कैमरा के सामने कुछ भी बोलना बहुत आसान है, बट जो काम करने का तरीका है और काम करके रिजल्ट हासिल करने का जो तरीका है बहुत मुश्किल है। दिखाइए ट्रैक रिकॉर्ड। हमसे अगर बेहतर कोई गवर्नमेंट है हिंदुस्तान में, कोई राज्य में, कोई भी मेट्रिक पे हमें दिखा दें, बात करेंगे, परफॉर्मेंस पे चर्चा होगा।
Well, KTR, thank you very much for joining me here live from Davos, and I will take you up on that challenge. Your irrigation project, next stop, we will be there. We will see the project, and we'll speak frankly when we meet there. Thank you very much for joining.
Thank you, Navika.
The News Hour at 9 will be right back after the break.
The smartphone category in India is anyway popular, right? उसमें भी जो 20 से 25 हजार वाले स्मार्टफोन्स हैं वो और भी ज्यादा पॉपुलर हैं। शायद इसीलिए इन्फिनिक्स ने आज अपना 020 स्मार्टफोन लॉन्च कर दिया है। I have the smartphone with me right here और इसको आज करेंगे अनबॉक्सिंग। Hi, you're watching Gadget Time. This is me, Padmaja, and it's time for me to unbox this device और देखते हैं फोन में आपको क्या-क्या contents दिखाई देंगे। Let's begin. फोन अनबॉक्स हो चुका है। जैसे कि आपने देखा यहाँ पर स्टिकर उतारते हुए मैंने ऐसे थोड़ा सा गंद मचा दी। यहाँ पे स्टिकर ऑलरेडी दिखाई दे रहा है, बट इसको क्लीन करेंगे बाद में। अभी बात करेंगे स्मार्टफोन के बारे में। थोड़ा सा मुझे वेट इसका ज्यादा लग रहा है, वो यूज करने के बाद पता चलेगा कि ये कितना कंफर्टेबल है। अदर देन दैट यू गेट 3 कैमराज एट द बैक। इसको आपको मिलेगा स्क्वायरिश कैमरा मॉड्यूल के अंदर। द मेन कैमरा इज 108 मेगापिक्सल और यही इसका यूएसपी है। सिर्फ बैक कैमरास की बात नहीं है बॉस, आपको फ्रंट कैमरा भी बहुत ही धांसू दिखाई दे रहा है। एटलीस्ट ऑन द स्पेक शीट यूज करने पे पता चलेगा कि कितना अच्छा है या नहीं अच्छा है। फ्रंट कैमरा जो इसका है वो आपको मिलता है 60 मेगापिक्सल का फ्रंट शूटर। आपको इसमें दिखाई देगा फुल HD प्लस एमोलेड पैनल। बेजल्स थोड़े से मुझे मोटे दिखाई दे रहे हैं, टॉप और बॉटम वाला स्पेशली। साइड बेजल्स आर स्टिल स्लिम। व्हाट कीप्स दिस स्मार्टफोन अलाइव इज Helio G99 चिपसेट। बैटरी की बात करें तो इसमें आपको मिलता है 45 वॉट का फास्ट चार्जिंग सिस्टम, विच इज प्रीटी गुड। एट द बॉटम यू ऑल्सो गेट अ 3.5mm हेडफोन जैक, एंड दैट इज वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग क्योंकि आजकल के फोन में ये आपको बिल्कुल दिखाई नहीं देता है। सो यू डू नॉट हैव टू जस्ट रिलाई ऑन योर वायरलेस ईयरबड्स। आप यहाँ पर अपने वायर्ड हेडफोन्स का भी इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं। स्पीकर के साथ आपको मिलता है Type-C पोर्ट, ऊपर की तरफ माइक्रोफोन है, राइट साइड पे आपको मिलता है वॉल्यूम रॉकर और साथ में पावर बटन। लेफ्ट साइड इज प्रीटी क्लीन। लेकिन यहाँ पे आपको मिलता है सिम ट्रे और सिम इंजेक्टर टूल बॉक्स में आपको मिलता है, वो मैं दिखा चुकी हूँ। यहीं पर सिम ट्रे की बात करते करते मेरी नजर गई है फ्रेम पर, विच इज प्रिटी ग्लॉसी। मेटल तो नहीं है लेकिन ऐसा फील जरूर दे रहा है दैट इट्स मेटल। बाकी ये था मेरा ओवरऑल लुक एट द स्मार्टफोन। अगर आप जानना चाहते हैं कि क्या आपको ये खरीदना चाहिए एट अराउंड ₹20,000-25,000, क्या ये अच्छा ऑप्शन है या नहीं, उसके लिए यू रियली नीड टू स्टे ट्यून्ड टू गैजेट टाइम्स टू फाइंड आउट इट्स फुल रिव्यू। नाउ यू गाइस नो द ड्रिल, लाइक, शेयर एंड सब्सक्राइब एंड जस्ट स्टे ट्यून्ड टू गैजेट टाइम्स। थैंक्स फॉर वाचिंग दिस वीडियो।
You clever, you make for more. You want and you can take me to the top. Yeah, I'd like to see you try. Like to see you get my hands on you. You're gonna turn black, you're gonna turn blue. Oh, why? Some real bad news. It's not me, it's you.
हेलो एवरीवन, मैं खड़ा हूँ ऑल न्यू BMW M345 X ड्राइव के बगल में और ये यहाँ पर BMW ने फाइनली इंडिया में लॉन्च कर दी है। क्या डिटेल्स हैं इसके डिजाइन, इसके एक्सटीरियर, इसके इंटीरियर को लेकर, क्या फीचर्स दिए गए हैं, परफॉर्मेंस के आंकड़े क्या है, सभी के बारे में मैं आपसे बात करने वाला हूँ इस वीडियो में। तो डिजाइन की बात करें इन टर्म्स ऑफ एक्सटीरियर, तो फ्रंट में वही स्पोर्टी डिजाइन लैंग्वेज इस M340i में देखने को मिल रही है। ग्रिल में किडनी ग्रिल यहाँ देखने को मिल रहा है विद ग्लॉस बैक एलिमेंट्स एंड LED हेडलाइट्स हैं विद ब्लू एक्सेंट्स यहाँ पे देखने को मिल रहे हैं इसकी हेडलाइट्स में। इसके अलावा बम्पर में जो है वो भी ग्लॉसी ब्लैक का इस्तेमाल करा गया है एंड एयर इनटेक्स भी यहाँ पर देखने को मिल रहे हैं विच गोज बिहाइंड, जो व्हील की तरफ जाते हुए देखते हैं एंड BMW LED की बैजिंग यहाँ देखने को मिल रही है। इसके अलावा बात करें व्हील्स की, तो व्हील्स जो इसमें दिए गए हैं वो हैं 19 इंच के और 225 सेक्शन के व्हील इसमें फ्रंट में दिए गए हैं एंड M स्पोर्ट की बैजिंग यहाँ पर इसके व्हील्स में देखने को मिल रही है।
You're watching the News Hour at 9. The News Hour at 9 will be right back after the break.
Let's get it started, yeah, you know it's game time. Ain't no excuses tolerated why you can't grind. It's like an on the job, you know they clean it.
हेलो एवरीवन, ये है बजाज की नई पल्सर P150। इन केस यू वंडरिंग, 150 ऑलरेडी मौजूद है, तो इस P वर्जन को लाने का कारण क्या है, मतलब क्या है? सो कारण बहुत सारे हैं, डिज़ाइन को लेकर, फीचर्स को लेकर और कुछ हद तक परफॉर्मेंस को लेकर भी इस P वर्जन में बदलाव देखने को मिलते हैं। तो क्या है वो सारे बदलाव इस नई पल्सर P150 में, उन सभी के बारे में मैं आपसे बात करने वाला हूं इस रिव्यू के अंदर। और रिव्यू के एंड में बात करेंगे 3 धांसू और 3 नॉर्थ धांसू एलिमेंट्स मुझे क्या लगते हैं इस बजाज पल्सर P150 के बारे में। अब डिज़ाइन की बात करें तो यहाँ पर जो नयापन देखने को मिल रहा है, स्पेशली ओवरऑल 150 जो पल्सर है उसके मुकाबले इन टर्म्स ऑफ डिज़ाइन पूरी आपको ये P150 देखने को मिलेगी, लेकिन आपको ओवरऑल जो एसेंस है डिज़ाइन का वो इसमें N160 वाला देखने को मिलने वाला है। फ्रंट हालांकि अलग है यहाँ पे, लेकिन अब इसमें P150 में प्रोजेक्टर हेडलैम्प्स दिए गए हैं एंड इसमें DRLs भी यहाँ पर इसमें देखने को मिलते हैं। अग्रेसिव, स्पोर्टी एंड शार्प एलिमेंट्स इसके डिज़ाइन में यहाँ पर देखने को मिल रहे हैं एंड साइड प्रोफाइल जो ओवरऑल है वो आपको N160 वाला ही झलक थ्रू आउट इसके साइड प्रोफाइल में देखने को मिलने वाला है। टैंक से लेकर इसके रियर पैनल्स यहाँ तक जो जाते हैं, तो ओवरऑल वो लुक कुछ वैसा ही है, लेकिन अग्रेसिव और शार्प काफ़ी ये इन टर्म्स ऑफ डिज़ाइन पहले के मुकाबले लग रही है। देन पल्सर की बड़ी सी ब्रांडिंग यहाँ दी गई है, एंड यहाँ काउल अलग से देखने को मिल रहा है टैंक पे, एंड देयर इज बेली पैन जो यहाँ पे नीचे दिया गया है, जो बॉडी कलर के हिसाब से दिया गया है, एंड P150 की ब्रांडिंग यहाँ पर।
Good evening and welcome. You're watching the Newshour Agenda. I'm Padmaja Joshi. Just a week ago, it was RSS Chief Mohan Bhagwat, and now it is the Prime Minister who has reiterated the message of reaching out to all communities without fear, favor or bias. The occasion was the BJP's National Executive, where the party firmed up its plans and path for Mission 2024. And among the strategies discussed was one, to take every community along, antagonize no one, and engage with people of all shades of belief without any expectation of a political or electoral dividend. So what was the main message given? That BJP's cadre should connect with educated youth and downtrodden across faiths and communities. Be on the front row of churches during masses, reach out to the Sikh community, refrain from making unsolicited comments about any religion, and celebrate diverse festivals like Ravidas Jayanti and Valmiki Jayanti. The effort was clear, to say that the road to 2024 is paved with integration of all and appeasement for none. But not many were willing to buy the argument.
नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने जो सियासी वोटों की ठेकेदारी है उसको परास्त करके समावेशी विकास की हिस्सेदारी को प्राथमिकता दी। सबका साथ, सबका विकास, सबका विश्वास, सबका प्रयास कोई नारा नहीं है। नरेंद्र मोदी जी की नीति भी है और नीयत भी है, और इसका असर दिखाई पड़ रहा है। उन्होंने जो बात कही है वो केवल कहने भर की नहीं है, अगर उसका आप असर देखें न केवल भारत में बल्कि पूरी दुनिया में है।
एक मिनिस्क्यूल मुस्लिम मेजॉरिटी एक स्टेट थी प्राइम मिनिस्टर के पास, और उसको जिस तरह से उन्होंने डिसएम्पावर किया, उसके जिस तरह से टुकड़े किए, तो ये इससे बड़ी मिसाल क्या हो सकती है कि आपने माइनॉरिटीज, एक मुसलमान मेजॉरिटी स्टेट को चुन के उसको साथ इतना बुरा बर्ताव किया, तो ऐसे में मुसलमानों को रीच आउट क्या करें, क्या बताऊं।
Proverb action speaks louder than words. The Prime Minister has said it. Earlier also he said such kind of things. He said during the triple talaq issue that Muslim women are my sisters. But when our women and daughters want to wear hijab and go to school and college study, they were stopped. The Prime Minister was silent at time. And he says something, but his foot soldiers, they don't listen to him. So unless he takes action, nothing will happen.
हम सबके हैं, ये संदेश होना ही चाहिए। अनावश्यक खबर बनाने के लिए कोई खबर कोई स्टेटमेंट देना ये आवश्यक नहीं है, और हमको जो कम्युनिटी में कोई कॉन्फ्लिक्ट हो, कोई इस तरह का एक माहौल पैदा हो जाए, तो वो चीज से बचना चाहिए। हम सबके हैं और हमको सबका होना है, और सबको लगना चाहिए, ये कहने में नहीं और ये व्यवहार में दिखना चाहिए, ये बहुत आवश्यक है।
Now here's the thing. The reason that a lot of people are expecting this sort of cynicism, the arguments are given on familiar lines. That the BJP is not walking the talk. That this is mere tokenism on part of the Prime Minister, just like Mohan Bhagwat. But is this only going to throw the baby out with the bathwater? While a few stray incidents, some crimes, some statements are inflated, the actual statement of intent of the kind that is being made by the Prime Minister and Mohan Bhagwat is being deliberately ignored. The question is, why?
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Joining us on the debate, Tushar Gupta, Senior Editor of Swaraj, Zafar Sareshwala, former Chancellor of the Maulana Azad University, Sumaya Rana, National Spokesperson of Samajwadi Party, Advocate Talha Rashadi, Rashtriya Ulema Council, and Kalimul Hafiz, President of the AIMIM in Delhi. Kalimul Hafiz साहब, मैं actually आपसे शुरू करना चाहूंगी because आपकी पार्टी ने कहा कि ये तो सिर्फ tokenism है on the part of the Prime Minister. My question to that is कि why would he need to do tokenism? ये तो आप भी मानते हैं कि बीजेपी मुस्लिम उनको वोट ना देने के बावजूद जीत रही है. Then if this is indeed tokenism, why would he do it? He is winning anyway.
कि जब उनके मेंबर ऑफ पार्लियामेंट खुलेआम मुस्लिम समुदाय का आर्थिक बहिष्कार की बात करते हैं, एक सांसद उनका खुलेआम कहता है कि चाकू सुइयां तेज करा लो, ये सब्जी काटने के साथ साथ इनकी गर्दन काटने के काम भी आएगी। जब उनका सब तरफ से उनकी बदनामी हो रही है, और एक अभी रिसेंटली ऑक्सफैम की रिपोर्ट आई और उसमें भी ये बताया गया कि क्रोनी कैपिटलिज्म इतना बढ़ गया कि 1% लोगों के पास 40.5% वेल्थ आ गई, और 50% लोगों जो गरीब हैं उनके पास 3% भी वेल्थ नहीं है। और इस अमर्त्य सेन जैसे एक नोबेल लॉरेट ने ये कह दिया कि सबसे ज्यादा बदला लेने वाली, सताने वाली दुनिया की सरकार है, सबसे ज्यादा अनइक्वल सरकार भारत सरकार है पूरी दुनिया में, जहां पे अमीर और गरीब की खाई बढ़ गई है, जहां सबसे ज्यादा अल्पसंख्यकों पर जुल्म हो रहा है, तब जाके आखिर प्रधानमंत्री अपनी कैसे फेस सेविंग करेंगे।
अच्छा, तो आप कह रहे हैं कि अमर्त्य सेन और ऑक्सफैम से डर करके द प्रधानमंत्री इज डूइंग फेस सेविंग?
डेफिनेटली नहीं, ये तो इस तरह के बहुत सारे वजूहात है, पूरी दुनिया में इनकी बदनामी हो रही है, लेकिन जो असल वजह है, वरना अगर ये सीरियस होते तो अपने सांसद के खिलाफ कोई कार्रवाई करते। पहले तो वो मन से माफ नहीं कर रहे थे।
जो बदनामी की आप बात कर रहे हैं, आपको पता है ना दैट इन सम ऑफ द बिगेस्ट इस्लामिक कंट्रीज आवर एक्सटर्नल अफेयर्स मिनिस्टर हैज गॉन, जहां पे अभी हिंदू टेम्पल्स खोले जा रहे हैं, उनको बनाया जा रहा है। टुडे इवन यू हैड द एक्सटर्नल अफेयर्स मिनिस्टर सेइंग कि ये इतिहास रचा जा रहा है, that in some of the largest Muslim majority countries such as the friendship that we enjoy, आप बदनामी की बात कर रहे हैं, वहां पे तो अनप्रेसिडेंटेड फ्रेंडशिप के सिंबल हैं कि मंदिर खुल रहे हैं वहां पे।
लेकिन पहली बार ये भी इतिहास है कि जब कतर ने कहा था मेरे अजीम मुल्क से कि आप माफी मांगिए, और उस नूपुर शर्मा के खिलाफ कोई कार्रवाई नहीं हुई,
और उसके बावजूद
ये इतिहास नहीं है,
उसके बावजूद सर, उसके बावजूद द टाइज आर सो स्ट्रॉन्ग दैट दे आर स्टिल एंगेजिंग विद अस, दे आर वन ऑफ आवर बिगेस्ट फ्रेंड्स। सो अगेन आई कम टू द पॉइंट, अगर ये टोकनिज्म है, अगर ये टोकनिज्म है,
मेरी बात आपने
So here's my thing, हाफिज साहब, अगर ये टोकनिज्म है तो टोकनिज्म की जरूरत ही क्या, क्योंकि वो तो एनीवे जीत रहे हैं। और अगर ये टोकनिज्म नहीं है तो क्या आप मानेंगे कि ये एक जेन्युइन एफर्ट है, ये दिल से निकली हुई बात है कि भाई आप जाकर के सबसे मिलिए, सबसे बात कीजिए, उनका वोट भले से ही ना मिले।
देखिए, टोकनिज्म इसलिए है कि जब ये दुनिया में किसी मुस्लिम कंट्रीज में जाते हैं तो उनको गले से लगाते हैं, लेकिन भारतीय मुसलमान इनको पसंद नहीं है, उसको बराबर में बिठाना नहीं चाहते, गले तो दूर है। दूसरी बात ये है कि ये बात में पसमानदा मुसलमानों की बात करते हैं, तो आखिर वो जो पसमानदा मुसलमान हैं, जो जिनकी स्कॉलरशिप मिल रही थी क्लास 1 से लेकर क्लास 8 तक, या जो उनके बच्चे हायर स्टडीज में मौलाना आजाद नेशनल फाउंडेशन वाली स्कॉलरशिप दे रहे थे, उसको तक बंद कर दिया। तो ये मतलब कौन सा ऐसी मोहब्बत है आपकी कि जो ना उनके बच्चों को आप पढ़ने देना चाहते हो, ना उनको गले लगाते हो अपने देशवासियों को, बाहर जाके आप ये ड्रामा करते हो, इसलिए आपको ये तो
दिस इज फॉर एक्सटर्नल कंजम्पशन। जफर सरेश वाला ऑक्सफैम और अमर्त्य सेन को खुश करने के लिए।
See, I'll not dwell into that, but I'll tell you, Mr. Modi, what he said the other day. He exactly said the same thing to us in 2003. And I'll give you the backdrop. I mean, I am somebody who took Mr. Modi to the International Court of Justice. I'd filed a case against him. And I hand-delivered petition to Colin Powell in 2002 May that Mr. Modi should not be allowed to enter UK. So that petition of mine ultimately became the law, and where Mr. Modi's visa was rejected. Okay. Now in this backdrop, there was a vacuum in Gujarat because there was a government and there were 6 million Muslims. So what do we do? So I took a bait, and then we decided, why don't we talk to Mr. Modi? We talk to the top man. And you know who made that easy? Who was go-between? Mr. Mahesh Bhatt. Mr. Mahesh Bhatt said कि हम लड़ाई जो लड़ रहे हैं मोदी से वो अपनी जगह पर है, लेकिन हम चूंकि हिंदुस्तानी हैं, हम गुजरात में रहते हैं, हमको बात भी करनी चाहिए। तो मैंने सोचा कि ये मोदी साहब मेरे से क्यों बात करेंगे, मैं उनके खिलाफ इंटरनेशनल कोर्ट ऑफ जस्टिस में हूं, मैंने उनका वीजा रिजेक्ट करवाने की पिटीशन की, ये मुझसे क्यों बात करेंगे। लेकिन जब बात पहुंची तो वो तैयार हो गए। इसलिए मुझे ये कहना है कि वो बैकड्रॉप में भी मोदी साहब हमसे मिलने के लिए तैयार हो गए। बड़ी लंबी मीटिंग हुई, उसमें उन्होंने आखिर में जो कहा वो मुझे सुनाना है। उन्होंने यूं कहा कि यार वोट मत दो, ठीक है, लेकिन चीफ मिनिस्टर तुम्हारा भी हूं मैं, भाई काम तो कराओ अपने मुझसे। तो मैंने कहा सर हम कैसे पहुंचे आप तक? तो उन्होंने पेपर निकाला और नंबर लिखा कि ये मेरा नंबर है 24/7 मेरे पास आओ तो सही, मत दो वोट। बोले वोट तो हिंदुस्तान में जो चीफ मिनिस्टर या जो हुकूमतें होती हैं वो तो 40% पे हुकूमत करती हैं, तो हम तो 60% जो जिन्होंने हमको वोट नहीं किया उनके भी तो हम हैं। तो मैं समझता हूं कि ये जो मोदी साहब ने कहा है कल, तो अब मुसलमानों को ये सोचना चाहिए कि वो प्राइम मिनिस्टर, बाकी छोटे मोटे उनके जो लोग हैं वो क्या बोलते हैं नहीं बोलते हमें उसको छोड़ देना चाहिए। एंड वी शुड टेक दिस बेट। ये मोदी साहब ने जो कहा है हमको उठा लेना चाहिए और विद इन मुस्लिम सोसाइटी,
छोटे मोटे नहीं है, वो लोग मेंबर ऑफ पार्लियामेंट है, वो मंत्री हैं,
उनको प्राइम मिनिस्टर के साथ डायरेक्टली एक प्रोसेस ऑफ डायलॉग शुरू करने की जरूरत है। और ये सारी बातें
2003 से 2023 तक 20 साल हो गए उनको, वो वही बात कह रहे हैं। पर आपको सुनाई क्या देता है? आपको सुनाई देती है प्रज्ञा ठाकुर। आपको प्राइम मिनिस्टर ऑफ इंडिया नहीं सुनाई देते, आपको प्रज्ञा ठाकुर ज्यादा सुनाई देती हैं, क्योंकि वो आपको सूट करता है।
नहीं, प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने जब वाजपेयी गवर्नमेंट में 2 नाम के मुस्लिम मंत्री भी थे वो भी हटा दिए। प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने जितने मुसलमान, जो अल्पसंख्यक मंत्रालय भी था एक कम से कम नाम के लिए मुसलमान के पास था, वो भी हटा लिया। प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने एक भी लोकसभा का अपनी अंदर अपनी एमपी नहीं रखा, एक भी मंत्री नहीं रखा।
Here's the interesting thing. You know, I'm very glad ये चीज बार बार बोली जाती है। ये चीज का जो रिप्रेजेंटेशन की आप बात कर रहे हैं ना, तो लेट मी गिव सम डेटा नाउ, बिकॉज हियर इज व्हाट नोबडी विल टेल यू। जस्ट बाय द वे, बिटवीन 1991 to 2019, the BJP's representation and how many candidates they have fielded has been almost the same. In 1991, BJP had 0 Lok Sabha candidates who were Muslim. In 2019 also they have 0 Lok Sabha candidates who are Muslim. It's only in 2004 that they fielded 2 Muslims for the Lok Sabha. Here is the interesting story, my friends, that in 1991, Samajwadi Party, the party who speak the loudest about Muslim rights, Muslim representation, 91 they fielded 6 Muslims, 96 fielded 12 Muslims, 98 fielded 10 Muslims, 99 fielded 11 Muslims, and 2019 fielded 4 Muslims. 4. And these are the parties who will loudest tell you that BJP मुसलमानों को representation नहीं देती है. At one point इन्होंने 11 लोगों को, 12 लोगों को टिकट दिया था लोकसभा के लिए, मुसलमानों को. अब उन्होंने 4 लोगों को टिकट दिया है. सुमैया राणा जी,
कोई फर्क नहीं है।
4 लोगों को समाजवादी पार्टी ने टिकट दिया है जो कि मुसलमान है लोकसभा का. क्यों? आप बीजेपी को कहते हैं कि वो मुसलमानों को टिकट नहीं देती, आप भी तो नहीं दे रहे, आप तो सिर्फ यादव फैमिली को दे रहे हो.
मैडम, सबसे पहला सवाल जो यहाँ पर मुझे नहीं लगता कि बहस इस पे होनी चाहिए कि किसने किसको टिकट दी है, लेकिन इतनी देर से आप रेस्क्यू करना चाह रही हैं, डिफेंड कर रही हैं प्राइम मिनिस्टर मोदी जी को. अभी मेरे एक पैनलिस्ट ने बहुत अच्छी बात कही थी कि सऊदी अरब जाके, दुबई जाके आप गले लगाते हैं, महंगे महंगे गिफ्ट एक्सेप्ट करते हैं, वहाँ के मुसलमानों से आपको कोई गुरेज नहीं है. मुझे खुशी है इस बात की कि वहाँ पर जाके वो मंदिर बनाते हैं और एक बहुत इंटीग्रिटी की एक मिसाल कायम करते हैं. तो क्या सारी दुश्मनी, आपको सारी नफरत अपने देश के मुसलमानों से है?
पर नफरत कैसे है मैम? वो तो लिटरली कह रहे हैं कि नफरत मत करो.
सबसे पहला सवाल ये,
और जफर सरेश वाला बता रहे हैं कि 20 साल से मोदी जी यही कह रहे हैं कि वोट मत दो, बट अपना काम मुझसे करा लो.
प्लीज,
मुसलमान कम्युनिटी से कह रहे हैं. 20 साल हो गए.
मुझे अपना पक्ष रखने दीजिए. मैं मुझे नहीं, देखिए हर पैनलिस्ट का अपना पक्ष है, मुझे अपना पक्ष रखने दीजिए, मैं बोलना चाहती हूँ. को दूसरी रही बात ये कि नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने, यानी प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने क्या कहा, उससे बहुत बड़ा इसलिए फर्क नहीं पड़ता क्योंकि जब भारतीय जनता पार्टी के छोटे से लेकर बड़े तक कद्दावर नेता तक जब मुसलमानों के लिए जहर उगलते हैं, जब प्रज्ञा ठाकुर बोलती हैं कि छुरी और चाकू रखने चाहिए और सब्जियां काटनी, उन पर एक्शन नहीं होता है, तब इनकी नियत पर शक होता है. क्योंकि आपकी करनी और कथनी में फर्क है. आपका जो तस्वीर का जो दूसरा रुख है वो बहुत भयानक है. आप मुंह पर बोलते हैं. देखिए, मैंने अभी बात सुनी थी कि किस तरीके से इन्होंने 3 तलाक के टाइम में कहा था मुस्लिम बहनें को हक दिलाना है. CNRC के टाइम में भारतीय जनता पार्टी के चीफ मिनिस्टर जो यूपी में है, योगी आदित्यनाथ जी, बोलते हैं कि मुस्लिम मर्दों ने महिलाओं को चौराहों बैठा दिया है. इस तरह की जबान, अब्बा जान, चचा जान, इस तरह की भाषा बोलने वालों के खिलाफ प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने कोई कदम उठाया? उनके खिलाफ क्या सख्त कदम उठाया?
बट मैम, आपको ये नहीं लगता, आपको लगता है कि हर नेता की आप बात सुनेंगे, जो कि जहर उगल रहा है, बट जब उनका सबसे टॉप का नेता है, और ये तो आप खुद भी कहती है कि बीजेपी में अगर किसी की चलती है तो वो सिर्फ प्रधानमंत्री हैं, पर जब वही प्रधानमंत्री जो आप कह रहे हैं कि सब कुछ चलाता है बीजेपी में,
प्रधानमंत्री कहां
वो जब खुद कहता है कि आप जाइए, सबसे मिलिए, सबसे बात कीजिए, और वो 20 साल से आदमी यही कह रहा है,
प्रधानमंत्री अब मानता है
वो बेकार है, वो बकवास है।
तो एक्सपेक्टेशंस भी तो कुछ होती हैं। अगर घर का बड़ा अगर अपनी जिम्मेदारी नहीं समझेगा, घर के हर फर्द को नहीं गाइड करेगा, तो घर तो तितर बितर होना है। तो आप अपने घर के अंदर रहने वाले, आप अपने लोगों को आप नहीं समझा सकते, और फिर मुखिया कुछ कह रहा है उसके
हो सकता है सुमैया राणा, जस्ट एज अ थॉट, हो सकता है ये आप नहीं सुन पा रही हैं कि प्रधानमंत्री क्या कह रहे हैं, क्योंकि आपको प्रज्ञा ठाकुर ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट लगती हैं, बट जो लोग हैं who are the intended audience।
नहीं मैडम, मेरे कान बहुत तेज हैं, हम प्रज्ञा ठाकुर को भी सुनते हैं, प्रधानमंत्री को भी सुनते हैं, लेकिन हमें मालूम है कि
पर हो सकता है वोट देने वाली जनता के कान ज्यादा तेज हो। मैं ऐसा क्यों बता रही हूँ, ऐसा क्यों कह रही हूँ? अगेन मैं लेट मी गिव यू,
ये सब बहकावे में देश का
बहकावा नहीं है ना, वोटर सबसे समझदार है, वो कोई बहकावे में नहीं आता। वोटर सिर्फ और सिर्फ अपने हित की बात सोचता है, हित की बात करता है। एंड हियर इज व्हाई आई एम सेइंग दिस। सो हियर इज सम डेटा, हियर इज सम डेटा मैम, हियर इज सम डेटा इन उत्तर प्रदेश। मैम लिसन टू डेटा, आपके स्टेट से है, आपको बहुत मजेदार लगेगा। उत्तर प्रदेश में देयर आर अबाउट 19 seats which are Muslim dominated. In these seats, and I'm taking the example of Uttar Pradesh because यहाँ पे Muslim का percentage is about 20% higher than the national average of 14%. यहाँ पे जो Muslim dominant seats हैं, वहां पर 2009 में बीजेपी only had 15.2% vote share, Muslim dominated seats. And in 2019, the vote share of the BJP in Muslim dominated seats went up from 15.2% to 45.6%. 45.6% in Muslim dominated seats। सुमैया राणा, क्लियरली वोटर सुन रहा है जो बात कही जा रही है। आपको नहीं पसंद आ रही होगी, आपको नहीं सुनाई दे रही होगी, आपको कोई भी छुट भैया नेता ज्यादा जरूरी लगता होगा, बट वोटर शायद सुन रहा है। बट actions and words do not match Tushar Gupta, which is why intent is suspect.
Padmaja, people want to listen what they want to believe in. So there is a case of selective hearing as we're listening to the panelists. They listen to Pragya Thakur, they say they do not listen to the Prime Minister. But how do they argue against the 22,000 crore rupees that was spent during the first tenure of the Modi government on minority welfare? How do they argue against the 2.5 crore Muslim students who got scholarships during the first tenure of the Modi government, more than what they got under the UPA too? See, at the end of the day, all these people who come on television who say डर का माहौल है, नफरत का माहौल है, ये अपनी 4 लाइनों का रिटोरिक सुना जाएंगे। बट जो माइनॉरिटी के लोग जमीन पर हैं, they want their kids to get the best education, the best scholarships, they want to open businesses, women want to become independent, become entrepreneurs, they want the facilities, they want the public welfare schemes, and the government has delivered. आप बताइए मुझे, 8 साल हो गए सरकार को, जनधन के अकाउंट खुले, क्या किसी का रिलीजन देख के खोले गए? आवास योजना में सबको घर मिले, करोड़ों घर बने, किसी का रिलीजन देख के घर दिया गया। आयुष्मान भारत के अंदर 50 करोड़ लोगों की इंश्योरेंस की गई, किसी का रिलीजन देख के कही गई? The government since day one, not just since yesterday after that national executive meet, but since 2014 has been focused on public welfare irrespective of who votes for the BJP or who doesn't. The Prime Minister is not the Prime Minister of people who votes for him, but the people of India, and that's what they believe in. But ये 4 लाइनों के rhetoric से कुछ नहीं होगा. People on the ground want actual facilities. And the vote share that we just
it was a very important thing because I remember after the abolition of triple talaq,
that is a testament of that.
After the abolition of instant triple talaq, सबने बोला कि वो ये मुसलमान महिलाओं और उनके पतियों के बीच में दरार पैदा करने की कोशिश की जा रही है. And then it was reiterated that it's not just about the women. अगर तलहा रशादी, a woman is thrown out of her house, her family suffers. उनके भाई, उनके पिता, उनकी माताजी, everyone suffers. So it is about the rights of the whole Muslim family. And these are the very basics. You don't have to throw the baby out with the bath water.
Good evening, Padmaja, to you and to every panelist sitting here. Can you just repeat your question? My call got disconnected, so I couldn't listen to your question completely.
My question is, the simple messaging that is being done is, the topmost people who wield power are saying, we do not want divisive rhetoric. Please go to every community and try and get their faith in you. Don't even expect their votes. Why is it so hard to believe?
Absolutely. Our beloved, the statement of our beloved Prime Minister is a welcome statement, but the ground reality is something else. If you understand the reality of the ground, it will remain a jumla until and unless it's executed and implemented at the ground level. I'll quote you some examples right from the government to the ground level. The government, someone was talking about the welfare of the minority. The government has cut down the minority budget. That's one thing. They have stopped the pre-matric scholarship. That's another thing. They have stopped the Maulana Azad fellowship. That's another thing. They have stopped the Padho Pardesh scholarship. That's another thing. They have not given the salary of the madrasa teachers since last 5 years, more than 5 years. That's another thing. Now let's go to the BJP party. Now the BJP leaders, the MPs and the ministers, right from Anurag Thakur to Parvesh Mishra to Sadhvi Pragya to the Unnao MP, they are delivering hate speeches.
But sir, again you are harping on 2, 3, 4 individuals, but not about the overarching message from the topmost man.
Okay. I'm just telling you about the hierarchy. Right from the government, top ministry, there's no minister, there's no Lok Sabha MPs. From the government to now...
You don't want to believe or listen to what the Prime Minister is saying, you will listen to a minister or an MP.
You can read. Let me conclude. Give me 30 seconds.
Okay, go on.
I will answer all the objections. I was talking about the organization. I have told you about the MPs and the leaders of the BJP. They are delivering hate speeches on regular basis. Now, if you talk about the Bhagwa Brigade, the ground right-wing activist, the cadre of BJP, commuter in train was lynched 2 days back from Muradabad to Hapur. Yesterday, an engineering student in Khandwa, Madhya Pradesh, was lynched just because he was talking to some classmate of hers, a Hindu girl from his class. Now, is this taking place on the ground?
These are crimes. These are crimes, and may those people rot in jail. But again, I am saying, okay. Everyone wants to respond to this. Tushar Gupta, then Zafar Sareshwala. Quick rebuttal, Tushar Gupta, then Zafar Sareshwala.
Padmaja, it's a normal crime. Do you think?
Padmaja,
Tushar Gupta, yes.
Padmaja, I want to fact check. I want to do a fact check on your show. The person speaking before was lying. He said that the pre-matric scholarship had been discontinued. It has not been discontinued. It's still there for the students of class 9 and beyond. For the students until class 8, they're already covered under the RTE Act. That's number one. The other fact check is, he said that the Maulana Azad fellowship had been discontinued. If one goes to the Minority Affairs website, it's clearly stated that the Muslims are eligible for all the scholarships in all the national fellowship schemes. So that is why the scheme has been merged within and hence discontinued. So I would urge the speaker not to lie on national television.
You come and irresponsibly say these things because again it feeds into this constant siege mentality. खतरे में है, हमारी स्कॉलरशिप खतरे में है, हमारे घर खतरे में है. You will say this, you will not say sir, and again this is government data. Just a second. Zafar Sareshwala also respond. Let me again give you government data. 11.9% of 18 million houses sanctioned in India under PMAY between 2016 and 2020 is for religious minorities. 10.9% of such grants in UP were for minorities. When we come to the Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana, again, you have got 10% of all loans which were given under Mudra Yojana were given to minorities. Kabhi, sir, give these statistics also. And again, I am telling you that this is not because they need to. They are winning anyway, despite the fact that they have got 1 or 2 Muslim candidates. They are not doing it because unko vote mil rahe.
I'll tell you, it's not about winning or losing. Padmaja, it's about Modi ji wants to become a larger than life politician.
So good. अगर आपको benefit मिल रहा है तो larger than life हो या larger than life हो कुछ भी larger than हो, how does it matter?
He has to send across a message to the global
which is great, which is what a prime minister should be doing, which is what any prime minister should be doing.
These jumlas are to please the...
How is it a jumla? It's 10.8% of all money being given under Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana is going.
Padmaja,
how is it a jumla? Okay, Zafar Sareshwala, then Kalimul Hafiz. Mr. Sareshwala, yes.
Yeah, I'll give you 2 things. 2 things directly connected with this. Padmaja, I was Chancellor of Maulana Azad National Urdu University. That university has 35,000 students, 99% are Muslims. It has 11 campuses across the country, 99% staff is Muslims. This government gave 145 crores in 2015, which was due since 2012. So this government gave. One more thing I want to make. When I came, before that the UPA government had disbanded Maulana Azad's campus in Lucknow. Now imagine, Urdu University's campus in Lucknow was disbanded. When I came, I opened up again with the intervention of the government, and it is there today. And that campus only had MA course. I brought BA and also PhD. This government did. And one more thing, continuing to what Mr. Modi did or what he said, we made a group of Muslims, of prominent Muslims of Gujarat. We met the chief minister, then we met the home minister, and you know what he said? The chief minister. He said, I know कि कोई आपका representation नहीं है, मैं हूँ, ये मेरे OSD है, ये उनका नंबर है. आधी रात को कोई भी प्रॉब्लम है, आप हमारे पास आओ. होम मिनिस्टर सेड, हाँ बहुत सारी गलतियां हो जाती हैं हमसे. जफर भाई, आप लोगों की जिम्मेदारी, आप आओ हमारे पास, आओ तो सही, भले वोट मत दो. तो मैं समझता हूं बात ये है, उनको बीजेपी को मुसलमान के वोट की जरूरत है ही कहां, वो तो जीत ही रहे बगैर मुसलमान के वोट के.
Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. And before we end, see, basically it is about a message being sent out. For people to receive that message or decide to ignore it is entirely up to them. Also about the politicians who become the intermediaries and ensure that you remain deaf to that message, they will benefit. But you will be deprived of what this message has to offer you. Thanks very much, all gentlemen, for joining me. Kashmir's Lal Chowk, a square in Srinagar, has been witness to the valley's political history. Its fraught relationship with separatists and secessionists till just a few years ago. The clock tower would only find mention when there was a separatist-fueled protest or violence with Lal Chowk at its epicenter. Displays of nationalism were few and far between till the abrogation of Article 370. However, now the Congress seems hesitant in identifying with the symbol of JNK's real integration with India. As Rahul Gandhi's Bharat Jodo Yatra culminates in Jammu and Kashmir on the 30th of this month, the AICC in charge, the Congress in charge for the state, said that the party will stay away from hosting the Tiranga at Lal Chowk. Why? Because for them, the tricolour at Lal Chowk reflects an RSS agenda.
उनका प्रोग्राम क्या है? क्या लाल चौक में तिरंगा लहराना है उनमें आके?
नहीं, लाल चौक का तिरंगा ये फंडा हमारा तो हमेशा लाल चौक में तिरंगा रहता है, क्योंकि हमारा ऑफिस ही प्रदेश कांग्रेस का लाल चौक में है. तो उसका कोई ये आरएसएस का फंडा लेके हम नहीं जा रहे हैं. हम हमारे ऑफिस में झंडा लहराएंगे और ये जो तिरंगा चेहरा का जो तिरंगा वो लेके कन्याकुमारी से आए, वही झंडा हम यहाँ पे एक बार फहराएंगे.
कहाँ पे? श्रीनगर में.
श्रीनगर में.
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 2 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Kavinder Gupta, former Deputy Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir, is live with us along with Dr. Suman Siraman and Advocate Kapil Madan, both political analysts. Dr. Suman Siraman, how exactly is the tricolour at Lal Chowk an RSS agenda?
Padmaja, I think all we need to do is to go back in history, right from the time that Shri Murli Manohar Joshi raised the national flag there, and subsequently you will recall, I think it was 2008 or 9 when the BYM called for a unfurling of the national flag there, and then I remember Mr. Arun Jaitley and Sushma Swaraj had attempted to go there, and that was stopped by the previous government. So I think that this is basically to sort of not want to be associated specifically. By the way, the tradition of hoisting the tricolour on important occasions by the CRPF, and that itself was given up from 2008-2009. And the reason which was given for that is that Lal Chowk does not have any specific political significance. So the clock tower in Lal Chowk does not have any specific political significance.
Okay, the Ekta Yatra originally.
We have to understand that if Mr. Rahul Gandhi wants to... No, one second. If Mr. Rahul Gandhi wants to hoist the flag in the Congress headquarters or wherever, I don't see any problem with that at all.
Kavinder Gupta ji, because the whole Ekta Yatra, the fact that Murli Manohar Joshi, subsequently Arun Jaitley, Sushma Swaraj, they all tried to hoist the tricolor there, just means कि वो symbolism उनसे जुड़ गया है, तो ये more or less RSS का एजेंडा हो गया है.
देखिए, मैं इनके कहना चाहता हूं, ये वो लोग हैं जिन्होंने भारतीय झंडे को 70 साल तक उसके सामने एक लाल झंडा ला करके खड़ा कर दिया. ये तिरंगे का कभी इन्होंने सम्मान नहीं किया. जो लोग वहां पर तिरंगा चढ़ाने के लिए जाते थे लाल चौक पर, ये उनको गिरफ्तार कर लिया करते थे और इस प्रकार का माहौल वहां पर बना दिया कि पाकिस्तान का झंडा तो वहां बड़े शरेआम चढ़ता था, लेकिन भारत का झंडा, लेकिन अब भी ये आरएसएस का एजेंडा बता करके, भारतीय जनता पार्टी का एजेंडा बता करके जो बातें कर रहे हैं, इससे ये साफ जाहिर होता है कि अभी भी इनके मन में कहीं है. मैं राहुल गांधी से पूछना चाहता हूं कि आपने जम्मू कश्मीर को, भारत जोड़ो की जो बात करते हो, जम्मू कश्मीर में अलग से प्रधानमंत्री को बनाया आपके खानदान ने. जम्मू कश्मीर में आज आप खुलेआम आ रहे हो तो ये श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी के बलिदान का प्रतीक है. वो अगर आपका एजेंडा वहां पर चलता तो आज जम्मू कश्मीर में परमिट लेकर के आना पड़ता. इस बात को इनको याद रखना चाहिए. यह डॉक्टर श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी के बलिदान का प्रतीक है.
ये लाल चौक श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी के बलिदान का प्रतीक है. ही वाज नो आरएसएस. कपिल मदान, या तो श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी को भी अब आप आरएसएस का बता देंगे.
Padmaja ji, I was hearing, Mr. Gupta very patiently, and Mr. Gupta mentioned that, previously people were, used to get arrested when, Indian flag was hoisted. So I am a little confused whether he is mentioning about RSS or not, because historically, RSS has never hoisted the Indian flag at their own office.
Kapil Madan, talk about Lal Chowk.
No, I will answer everything, Padmaja ji. I will expose their hypocrisy, and please allow me to do that. Now, point number 2, I would also like to remind Mr. Gupta here that there were incidents in the past where few people attempted to hoist Indian flag at the RSS office. They were arrested. They were put behind bars. And now Mr. Gupta wants to argue that people were not allowed to hoist Indian flag.
बिल्कुल गलत बात कर रहे हैं.
Mr. Gupta, you please get your facts right. I can send you the detail. Padmaja can verify whatever I'm saying. She's a renowned journalist.
So the incident that they're talking about is when people tried to break into the RSS office and hoist the tricolor over there. They were trying to break into it, but can you please come to Lal Chowk? Now here's my question. Let's be more specific. Why is it that Mr. Gandhi himself last month said that we are going to hoist the tricolor in Lal Chowk, and suddenly there has been a volte-face? Is it because it would be at the risk of antagonizing the PDP and NC who are going to be a part of the march there? You don't want to antagonize the PDP and NC.
Now, Padmaja ji, I heard one of the bite that you played in your opening statement, where a lady was mentioning the Congress office is at Lal Chowk only.
अरे सर, Lal Chowk तो Lal Chowk है ना. I might be having an office on Parliament Street doesn't mean that वो Parliament बन जाता है.
Now, Padmaja ji, the fact remains कि लाल चौक पे कांग्रेस के ऑफिस है, लाल चौक पे ही झंडा लहराया जाएगा.
अरे सर, चौक तो चौक है. कपिल मदान, are you seriously making this argument? लाल चौक एक चौक है.
पद्मजा जी,
ये तो ये हुआ कि भाई पार्लियामेंट में हमें ट्रिब्यूट देने जाना है तो मैं पार्लियामेंट स्ट्रीट में जाकर के एक रीथ लेकर दूं कि पार्लियामेंट में हो गया. Come on, Kapil Madan, you can't seriously be making this argument. Come up with a better one.
No, I am. Can you dispute the fact that the address remains Lal Chowk only?
No, I am disputing it. Our office is at Lal Chowk. Tomorrow you will say कि मैं जाके टाइम्स नाउ के ऑफिस में झंडा रोहण कर दूंगा कि हमने लाल चौक में कर दिया. ऐसा थोड़ी ना होता है. Lal Chowk is the chalk.
Now what is relevant here? The relevant fact here is that if you have seen the yatra, I'm sure, though you have not really telecasted on your shows, but if you see the pictures of the yatra, you will see thousands of Indian flags.
Yes, we do. But the question is why the allergy to Lal Chowk? That is what I find very curious, Mr. Madan. Why the allergy to Lal Chowk?
Now the point. Now What is the relevant point here?
The relevant point is that Lal Chowk stands for a very specific thing. Lal Chowk, the place. Okay, let me get Kavinder Gupta to respond. Kavinder Gupta जी, ये आप क्या कहेंगे इसको? क्यों कह रहे हैं कि भाई कांग्रेस का ऑफिस भी लाल चौक पे है, तो हम जाकर के कांग्रेस के दफ्तर में ही कर देते हैं, तो लाल चौक जनरल एरिया लाल चौक है।
कि आपने दफ्तर में आज तक The relevant point is which
देखिए, इनके पास ना तो कोई मुद्दा है ना कोई पॉइंट है। जम्मू कश्मीर में मैं जिन सवालों का जवाब इनसे पूछ रहा हूं, कल ही ये क्या हुआ कि ये जिस लखनपुर को ये क्रॉस कर रहे हैं, क्या वहां पर ये धारा 370 पर इनका क्या स्टैंड है? ये द्वारा यहां पर प्रधानमंत्री बनाएंगे क्या? ये जहां पर महाराजा गुलाब सिंह की मूर्ति पर जा रहे हैं और महाराजा हरि सिंह को आपने देश निकाला दे दिया 1947 के बाद। इस प्रकार के लोग, झूठे ड्रामा करने वाले लोग,
गुप्ता जी इधर उधर की बातें ना करिए, आप मुझे ये बताइए।
मुझे आरएसएस की, मैं लाल चौक की बात हो रही है, आप मेरी एक बात का जवाब दीजिए। आप चुप करिए, एक बात का जवाब दीजिए। आज वो लोग जो कहते थे धारा 370 टूटेगी, तो यहां पर भारत का झंडा चढ़ाने वाला कोई नहीं होगा। उनको आपने पार्टनर बनाया है, उनको आपने पार्टनर बनाया है। जिन्होंने कहा था कि भारत का झंडा उठाने वाला नहीं कहीं कोई होगा, और आज हमने भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार ने इस प्रकार के हालात पैदा किए हैं कि वहां पर पाकिस्तान का झंडा नहीं चढ़ता है, वहां पर हिंदुस्तान का झंडा करता है। तिरंगा चढ़ाने के लिए
आप चलेंगे आरएसएस के दफ्तर में?
पद्मजा, एक मिनट जी, 1 मिनट। पद्मजा, नहीं, my point is very simple, Padmaja. This is a yatra for unity, Bharat Jodo Yatra. Now, you made a point. National Conference of PDP may have an issue, and therefore it is being accommodated. Their wishes are being accommodated. When you are trying to unite different points of view, there is no harm in accommodating their wish. If they do not want, if they would prefer the flag to be hoisted at Congress office, and Rahul Gandhi
the
feels
PDP
that
may have
that
some
is up to them.
secessionist desires,
ask them that question.
But if you are kowtowing to it, how is this a Bharat Jodo? This is Bharat Jodo, not apna Alliance Jodo.
How is hoisting? How is hoisting a flag within the same Lal Chowk completely different?
How is hoisting the flag at the Lal Chowk against the principles of Bharat Jodo? Let me ask you that. How is hoisting flag at the Lal Chowk?
It is not.
Not Lal Chowk की किराने की दुकान, Lal Chowk में इसका ऑफिस, Lal Chowk में किसी का घर, at the Lal Chowk. How does it go against the principles of Bharat Jodo?
Padmaja, but you're not answering my question.
You are not answering my question. I have answered that question ad nauseum to Kapil Madan because I'm sorry to say it's a very foolish argument to say it is general area Lal Chowk. Sir, it doesn't work like that.
What is a foolish argument?
It is a foolish argument. It's like saying, I will hold a tricolour in my hand as I fly over Lal Chowk. No, sir. You have to hoist the flag at Lal Chowk.
Padmaja, one second. The last I know, and you can correct me if I am wrong, is that the National Conference and the PDP are recognized political parties, and they are not secessionist parties, because if they were secessionists, they would not be recognized as political parties.
So they have secessionist tendencies and utterances, and they have made no secret about it, especially the PDP. But anyhow, I'm going to leave it at that. It's going to be an important next few days when from Himachal, the Bharat Jodo Yatra comes to Jammu and Kashmir. An area that is very, very significant, and the area which is very, very touchy when it comes to issues, especially like that of the tricolour. Will they be able to truly hold good to the idea of Bharat Jodo when it comes to the tricolour at Lal Chowk? We'll keep a close eye. Thanks very much, all gentlemen, for joining me. Thanks so much.
The News Hour at 10 will be right back after the break.
इनकेस आप मिलेनियन वाली जनरेशन से हैं तो आपने शायद वो गाना सुना होगा, देखा जो तुझे यार दिल में बजी गिटार। सो कुछ ऐसे अगर आप मूड में हैं तो यहाँ पे ये गिटार की स्ट्रिंग्स टाइप दी गई हैं, एग्जैक्टली स्ट्रिंग्स नहीं है बट ऐसे कुछ मूड में है तो आप इनका इस्तेमाल उस समय जरूर कर सकते हैं। अब आप समझ गए होंगे कि गाड़ी कौन सी है, हाल ही में इसका लॉन्च हुआ था। ये है BYD की Atto 3 और क्या परफॉर्मेंस, क्या रेंज, क्या डिजाइन, क्या फीचर्स BYD अपने इस इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल में दे रहा है, उन सभी के बारे में मैं आपसे बात करने वाला हूं इस वीडियो में। और वीडियो के अंत में हमेशा की तरह बात करेंगे 3 धांसू और 3 नॉट सो धांसू एलिमेंट्स मुझे क्या लगे इस BYD Atto 3 के बारे में। तो चलिए शुरुआत करते हैं। तो शुरुआत कर लेते हैं इस Atto 3 के डिजाइन वाले एस्पेक्ट से। तो फ्रंट में BYD ये कहना है ये गाड़ी का डिजाइन जो है ओवरऑल ड्रैगन इंस्पायर्ड है, चाइनीज ब्रांड है, तो कुछ वैसा ही एसेंस BYD कह रही है हमने इस गाड़ी के डिजाइन और स्टाइलिंग में देने की कोशिश करी है। हालांकि ड्रैगन इंस्पायर्ड तो मुझे फ्रंट ज्यादा नहीं लग रहा है, बट फिर भी यहाँ पे सेंटर में बड़ा सा BYD का लोगो है, क्रोम का एलिमेंट दिया गया है थ्रू आउट जो जाता है इसके फ्रंट हेडलाइट के ऊपर से सेंटर तक। एंड हेडलाइट जो है क्रिस्टल LED कॉम्बिनेशन लाइट्स यहाँ पर इसमें देखने को मिल रही हैं। एंड DRL देख रहे हैं, देखने में खूबसूरत ही काफी लग रहा है। इसका फ्रंट जो लाइट का सेक्शन है काफी स्लीक कॉम्पैक्ट इसका हेडलाइट का डिजाइन लग रहा है। एंड जो टर्न इंडिकेटर्स हैं वो भी इसके DRL में ही इंटीग्रेटेड हैं, तो यहाँ पे जब इसको टर्न इंडिकेटर ऑन होंगे तो ये DRL टर्न इंडिकेटर का काम भी करेगा। इसके अलावा इलेक्ट्रिक गाड़ी है तो फ्रंट में कुछ यहाँ पे इवेंट वगैरह देखने को नहीं मिलेगा, ऑब्वियस है। एंड इसमें जो है ADAS लेवल 2 के फीचर्स देख सकते हैं आप, यहाँ सेंसर्स वगैरह, रेडार वगैरह यहाँ पे इसमें देखने को मिल रहा है। एंड 360 डिग्री कैमरा यहाँ पर इस BYD की Atto 3 में इधर दिया गया है। साइड प्रोफाइल पे आए तो यहाँ पर जो टायर्स इसमें दिए गए हैं वो हैं 18 इंच के 215 सेक्शन के टायर्स दिए गए हैं। एंड यहाँ पे जो डिजाइन है एलॉयस का ये भी थोड़ा स्पोर्टी स्टाइलिश देखने में जरूर लग रहा है। BYD का हब यहाँ पे सेंटर में दिया गया है व्हील में। एंड ओवरऑल जो यहाँ पे
You're watching the News Hour at 10.
Prime Minister Modi virtually unveiled the Sansad Khel Mahakumbh in Uttar Pradesh's Basti. In his address, the Prime Minister said that people in India are now considering sports as a career option. Civil Aviation Minister Jyotiraditya Scindia spoke out on Tejaswi Surya's Indigo fiasco, saying the door was opened by mistake and that an apology has been tendered already. 4 Jet Airways Boeing 777 aircraft parked at the Mumbai airport were seized by authorities over non-payment of gratuity dues to the airline staff. In a comment that may not go down well within the BJP, party MP Varun Gandhi has heaped praise on his great-grandfather Jawaharlal Nehru, saying that Nehru refused perks like salary, bungalow, car and others as the first Prime Minister of India. Under fire over the Thamizhagam row, Tamil Nadu Governor R.N. Ravi backtracked, saying it was erroneous to infer that he had suggested the change of name of the state, and he claimed that he was only talking in a cultural and historic context.
The News Hour at 10 will be right back after the break.